Hello, everybody. That was a shit show. Sorry. I didn't add myself to the stream and then I had myself muted but here I am now. Hello, everybody. And sorry about that. Hi, Oz. Hi, Rose. Hi, Gladys. Hi, Callie Marie. Hi, Jack. Hi, Melissa Jade. Hi, Jen Lee. Moochie, new name. Jack. I said Jack. Hi, Shift Happens. Hi, Teehee Candor. Teehee. Hello, Mr. Archimedes. Amber. Lala. Palooza. Wait, where's your gobble la Gobble la? Hello, the kch. The kch. Hi, Steph Shu. Teresa. Truth or Dare. Hi, Miss Led. The DeLorean. Hello. Audrey. Hello. Miss Heather Dizzle. Hello, 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 everybody. Did everybody get to catch? Hi, Sharon Ann. Did everybody get to catch Granny's live? It was lit. It was lit. Granny, if you're watching, Granny's watching. If you're watching, like, congratulations on your first live. It was fucking great. Very, very passionate. I'm glad that you're able to get out in front of the Val is Granny rumor. Nobody wants to be rumored to be Val. Hey, Johnny R. Kramer, who made the chat last night extremely lit. Joey, I did see it. I did see it, Joey. I did see most of it. Don't be nervous, Granny. Don't be nervous. Like, that was great. Hi, Jennifer. You did so good. And hi, Batgirl. The other thing I want to say is that at one point, I saw 120 people, almost half of your sub count was watching. Now, we all know there were probably a lot of those that were hate watching because of the subject matter, of course. Hi, Buttercup. Um, but that is, I mean, that's astounding. That was great. It was so good. Hi, Moody Mary. Hi, Miss Teely. Oh, who cares about thumbs down? Of course there's going to be thumbs down. That means that they're going to your channel for some reason. Hi, the Mad Chatta. Where's Alexis Blackheart? I want to say hi to Alexis Blackheart. Sweet Lilith. Hello. Can you go back and did you leave it up, Gladys? Not Gladys. Hi, Gladys's name. Uh, Granny, did you leave it up? There is a I am sure there will be a live done anytime now about it. So, but I have a question to ask. Has Natasha stopped talking about the drama yet? Hi, Quirky Misfits. Hello, Jenlu. Has Natasha stopped talking about the drama yet? Ooh, I missed a Grim Truther video 25 minutes ago. Yeah, it looks like it's still up. So an hour ago, Miss Natasha made a community post where she hashtagged laser focused. Stay focused on your goals, your peace, and your happiness. Don't waste your time on anything that doesn't contribute to your growth. So we know, right? Something. Hi, Blues Girls. Did I say hi to you already? We know that what that means is she is going to focus more on the drama because that contributes to her growth, because that's where all her fucking money comes from. And I don't really care if people super chat her or um, donate to her based on her sad fishing, because she's gonna find a reason to sad fish, regardless. She's gonna find a reason. But I'm gonna. I went to the store Granny's watching, so I did not catch that, but it's okay. You don't know. Do not apologize. Do not apologize. I I think every single channel that is out here calling her out is important. So I was glad to push mine back and let you just wait until you were done, because and I just went to the store. So thank you. Thank you though, but it just know, yeah. She has a lot of not so nice things to say on her community page. A lot of nice. But anyway, so if staying laser focused is meaning not addressing the drama, then she's not doing a good job of staying laser focused, because she has not stopped addressing the drama since she said she would. I mean, never, any of the times. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Southern Lady. Hi, Rody Gal. If I'm missing anyone, hi, ASMR. Isn't weird, Mark. I'm just gonna call you ASMR. um, so I think that every single channel on here is good. And Granny, I'm glad to hear. Was glad to hear you address the thing that you had questions. Hi, Natasha, victim number 69. I will not call you Natasha. I will just call you 69. I will not shorten that. Hi, Poison Ivy. Terry. Okay, but I might not remember that. I'll try to remember it's Terry, but I might not remember that. But hopefully you will understand if I say ASMR, I mean you. But I like to hear that Granny like addressed the, because she was getting some shit talk for questioning things, but we should question things. Hello, Serendipity. Um, okay, Mr. Jen, aka Serendipity. Um, we should question things, guys. We should question things. If someone from Natasha's, I don't know what you want to call it, cult, breaks free for whatever reason, is shunned, whatever reason, we should welcome them, obviously. But we always trust and we always verify, right? We always verify. Trust but verify. Do better. Do better than Natasha. Natasha doesn't vet shit. And she completely expects other people not to vet shit. Hi, Alexis Blackheart. I was wondering where you were, so I could call you Alexis Blackheart. So when something comes out of that camp, or someone that comes out of that camp, hi, Sugar, comes out of that camp and says and makes a claim about something against Natasha that makes Natasha look very bad, we need to verify it, because otherwise we just look like we're shit stirrers, right? Hi, Laura Lulu. It is disappointing, misled. It is disappointing to see that. Steph Shu, I think that I think the number of different channels speaking out about Natasha is letting people feel a sense of security, that they're not going to be, I mean, they're going to be attacked, but they have people that will speak up for them. Um, I will not ever speak on anything I cannot verify. So the other day, somebody said, oh my goodness, why didn't I do this? Hold on a second. I'm gonna have to. My avatar has not gotten a haircut in like 6 months, so the bangs are a little too long. As you can see, yeah, the bangs are a little too long and the length is a little too long. It's more accurately what that looks like. it, it did. No, I haven't had my hair did. That's funny. Um, Hold on, you guys. I am opening up my email so I can download something so I can show you guys something. I'm not going to crop it. I'm not going to edit it. I'm going to crop out names because this happened in her chat, so anybody can go back and see it. So I might get robotic because I need another window. Sorry, but I have to get these screenshots from email. So on my live, I can't remember which live it was. A comment that sorry, my computer's been very slow. Sorry if I'm robotic. Obviously, you all will tell me if I am, and I will repeat myself. So there was a comment made that there was a person in Natasha's chat that claimed that she was going to be evicted homeless living in her car and that it was just oh my goodness, where is it? Sorry, guys. Lewis in the news email, I gave my other email, and then it was I'm very oral. Hi, Mod Squad. I'm waiting, I guess. So I'm looking for the email that I have. So anyway, and I said, does anybody have like a timestamp? Does anybody? And I was sent screenshots of the comment, not screenshots of the entire chat, but screenshots of the comments, who made the comments. Some of the comments made back to that person. Hi, Michelle B. Somebody is saying, that Mr. Foz, we should have a t-shirt that says the k-ch, the k-ch, twice. Yes, you always do catch the gold. One day there will be a huge out of context video with all my shit out of context. It'll be hilarious. I will love it. But anyway, someone said that now claiming that didn't happen, that we made it up, right? Nice, Violet. I wish I was in the bubble. My laptop would probably electrocute me. Hi, Akasha. I keep breaking up. I'm sorry. Well, shit, guys. I am having trouble finding it. Let me find it. Hold on. Hey, Mr. Foz. Am I better? Hold on, you guys. I cannot find which email those went to. Hold on. This is annoying. I'm sorry, guys. This is really annoying. I don't know why it's not in my email. I downloaded it onto my phone, but I'm not on my phone, and I cannot share a screen from my phone, right? Ah, found him. Okay. All right, guys, hold on. Just give me some time. I'm not as savvy as I like to think I am. So I just need to make sure that I got this all open. Shit. I'm sorry, guys. This is so like me. Anyway, I'm trying. Hi, Delaney. Dave. Hi to the moon. Hi, Spirit. Hi, YouTube Street Sweeper. I love that name. Hi, everybody, as I'm trying desperately to figure out how the fuck to use my computer. Okay. Let me open the folder. That one. So, okay, here we go. Can everybody hear me? I'm gonna shut my browser. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Hi, Dorothy. Gosh, it keeps jumping like really fucking fast. Sorry, guys. Okay, can everybody hear me? Awesome. Okay, let me see if I can share screen. So I'm not deleting anybody's name because I'm not redacting this because it did happen in the chat, but I hear that we're being called liars that it never happened. So this is what I was sent when I asked if that really happened, and I will show you what was sent. And I will, what the hell is that? I'll probably have to zoom in. Oh, maybe I won't be able to have to zoom in. Can you all see that? I know sometimes I'm behind, but can everybody read that? I can zoom in if you need to, if I need to. Not only a mod, but a paid member. Or a paying member, sorry. And who was it that just showed her desktop with her PayPal? Was that people social media? With her PayPal having $20,000 in it? Or almost $20,000? Was that people of social media? Gosh, there's so many good channels right now. No, who was that? Was that Dear Terms of Service? Who was it? Guys. No, not Dear Terms of Service. Yeah, paid member. Well, we're talking about Natasha. Natasha said this never happened. This was on the Recliner channel. Okay, on your community, people's social media. Okay, on their community tab, they showed. Let me go there. I mean, I can't show it, but everybody can go there. It shows that she has a business debit card, right? Well, yeah, she has a business debit card, and she's brought in almost $20,000 in the last 7 days. That has to be separate from her PayPal pool, correct? I mean, I don't know if it is. $20,000, almost $20,000 with a balance of $13,280.98. She has a paying member, Mod, who is going to be evicted in 14 days. And she said that that didn't happen. She denies that that's true, Michelle B. I mean, this was sent to me. This was sent to me. So either if the chat still exists, of course she denies everything. Quirky Misfits, that is in the last 7 days. The insights say last 7 days. I don't know what live that was shown from. I can't see a date on the, like, I can't, it doesn't show a date when this was taken. But regardless, she says it never happened. The mods can do that if they can find your channel, Teresa. If you have that, if your channel name has that chicken in it, it will be hard to find. I agree, Quirky Misfits. I don't really care about her finances. I really don't care about her finances. I don't care who pays her bills, if she eats out every single day for every fucking meal, and all of that shit. I don't really care. And if the people want to give her money and just want to give their money to her, it's fine. But why do you fucking lie about what the money's for? And why do you treat other people needing money, Natasha? Needing money. You don't need money. You've said before. Oh, I know, Jennifer Sharp. There are probably multiple people in her community that need help. Hi, Courtney. Multiple people that need help. Absolutely. She needs to be transparent. I haven't been served, Dorothy. It might take months and months and months. So, and well, more than $20,000. So, she's going to have to start another fundraiser after she meets this goal. Hold on. I would too, Buttercup. I would help her too. And if I had $13,000 sitting in my PayPal, if I had just raised another $14,000 or whatever it is, scamming my followers, I'd probably donate a little bit more than a couple dollars. My mods have to drop your channel link. Mama knows best. I mean, but Mama knows best. You had said something about wanting to get up on panel also, or talk about why you did, explain why you did what you did, which I don't know. I don't know if she has a place to donate. Well, see, and I don't survive. Dorothy, I don't care if she goes to the casino. I don't care. Like, I don't care even that. But if she's gonna go to this casino and she's gonna still be like ordering out every single day for every meal, if she's gonna still be like all Amazon packages showing up, she like answered the door the other day and she was like, "Oh, it was Amazon. They know." She was making some comments about how they knock really loud every time and she's home there by herself. And she's like, somebody must have asked her a question. She's like, I don't know what it is. I just put it over there. It's like, Amazon packages come in, must just be and she doesn't know what it is, meaning she must order a shit ton on Amazon if she just has shit coming every day that she doesn't know what it is, right? I don't know, Michelle B. I don't know if there's any kind of um Buttercup. I don't know if you don't. That's fine. I think everybody should be able to do what they need to do for their own good. Um, Oh, she's not going to promote him anymore, though, Mimi L, because he's a Satan worshiper, she said. Here's the thing is if she is asking for donations for a legal fund, okay, and she is also I understand what you guys are saying, and she's also going to the casino and she's also doing those things, she should be very transparent with the information about like her followers, her donators are not asking for it though. They're not asking for it. Hi, the DeLorean. Buy the DeLorean. But do you understand? They're not asking her for proof. They just trust her blindly. Blindly. You know, the other night, Dorothy was on panel and they were streaming Natasha, and there was a woman on there who was praying in tongues over her and they were like kind of making fun of it, whatever. And Natasha was so disturbed by that, but you know it's like she's so disturbed by so many things but doesn't see why we are disturbed by the shit that goes on with her. Right, she doesn't trust anyone. It's nobody's business. It's nobody's business. Ooh, sorry. um I'm afraid Mama Knows Best is also going to get shit for being in here just talking to us. It's nobody's business, and it's none of our business. It is none of our business what she does with her money that they super chat her with, right? Or the money that they send her through PayPal just to give her money. That's none of our business what she does with that. But she started a fundraiser with a specific thing in mind that Crafton and Kim has basically shown is bullshit, but she's not showing any fucking proof. And that's the thing is that if proof is so easy, that's what I was saying. We should do better. We should not just trust people that what they're saying is true about something. We should always seek truth and proof. If I personally had proof of what Natasha was doing, like I had proof, like for instance, I'm going to use Rosebud. Rosebud went up on Dorothy's panel and was claiming some things without any proof. If those things actually happened, hi TCA, and I had proof, I would show it willingly. Willingly. If Natasha really did withdraw that fund, that donation, you would have proof of that. Show it. If Natasha really did say to you in chat that or in like private messages that she was going to take that 20K and run, show proof. Right, Gretchen. That's not right. We should ask for proof. If I say something, ask for proof. If somebody says something that they can't prove, do not take it as word, you guys, because then if Natasha proves it wrong, it makes us look terrible. But Dorothy, you should see the proof before you allow claims like that up on your panel. You should see the proof, because otherwise it looks like we're just making shit up. Because if there is no proof, we are shit stirrers. That's all we are. And so she should show you the proof of what, because believe me, that proof is the shit we need. That's the shit we need to show these people over here shadiness, the absolute underhandedness. It's hard for me to believe that it exists, because I don't think that Natasha talks like that to anybody. Wait a second, quirky misfits. What do you mean by from what you can tell, the money in there she doesn't have to account for? Oh, yeah, you're right. She doesn't. She doesn't. I mean, there are things in there. The number one thing, has anyone asked who directly? Just me. Please do, Dorothy, because that's the thing. Is like I want to support that, but she got very upset with it is worth gold. She got very upset with Granny's Watching for questioning that, called her an NC snake or something like that, and started saying all sorts of shit because we need to question. That is what we need to do. I know, Sugar Beet. Like it's important. Important. If there is proof that Natasha said that, and there's proof that took that money back from her, because what Natasha showed was proof that she donated and that that money was taken out of her account. And yeah, I don't think she has to account for any of the crowd justice would have been. That's the thing, is if you were being extremely transparent, you would have gone through crowd justice, but you have to have a case. Oh, asked her directly about which part, just me, because lots of people have asked directly, and she's said on live she's not telling anybody shit. Holy shit, guys. There's over 200 people in my watching right now. That's like the first time that that's happened. Yeeks. Hi, Irvin. Oh, everything, Irvin. Hi, Brian. Better at what? Just better at being decent people. Brian McClung, don't spam the chat. Yeah, if you want answers, then she'll just refund your money, right? Right. She didn't go through crowd justice, but what she should have done is she should have taken her money, because didn't she also say somewhere that she paid the retainer out of her own money? So if she did, what she should have done is asked a lawyer, an attorney, if she had a case, and if so, then she should have gone into crowd justice and done that. It's absolutely, if you are asking for that kind of money from your supporters, you absolutely need to be transparent. I don't give a fuck if she tells me it's none of my business. This is the bad behavior I'm calling out. And Natasha, when you like to tell me, what about your behavior? What about my behavior? Come on, Natasha. I'll go toe to toe with you any fucking day on behavior. Any day. Hi, Kazzy B. Does anybody else find this odd? Does anybody else find it odd that her new website was made October 28th, and her new fund, this PayPal pool fund for $20,000, which she likes to say the $20,000 goal, which I was told I would probably need $20,000. No, $20,000 though is the max that you can ask for. She would have asked for more if she could have. But does anybody find it weird that November 1st is when, but just 3 days prior, 4 days prior, she made this new website? Seems weird to me. Seems very, very convenient. She chose PayPal Pool because it was already set up. No, she set it up on November 1st. You can see when it started. We're not going to, hold on a second. Hold on. I would like, are you, I'm sorry you feel that way, but if it was, Mama Knows Best just doesn't want to be harassed. She just doesn't want to be harassed. Please, you guys, people are allowed to choose to be anywhere they want. Okay? That doesn't mean that she necessarily supports Natasha. Maybe she likes the chat. I personally would not want to be somewhere where somebody treated me as badly as that. Would I have, if I was Mama Knows Best and I just wanted peace, I absolutely would try to make peace, but I would never go in there. I would never go in there. It started on Sunday the 31st? Okay, well then it started on the 31st. Okay, maybe I thought it was Monday the 1st. So, okay, 3 days. 3 days later she started it. But you can see she started talking about this lawsuit thing like on Friday, right? It's absolutely a trap. Hi, Glitter Fighter. Yeah, Poison Ivy, I agree. If she wants peace. Yep, Dharma, they absolutely have to. They just don't will. They have to give you paperwork for a retainer. They don't just say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to take your money." And no, they absolutely do paperwork on that. Batgirl, here we go. She made the website the day before she reached out to lawyers, then made the PayPal on the Sunday. Do you guys not see? Does that not seem suspicious to anybody? Right? And that, but she wasn't just. It wasn't just that because she said first. She said way long ago she had the money to fight anything that came her way. She had the money to fight. Right? She had the money. She could do anything she wanted legally because she had the money. Then she had this person that was willing to cover all of her legal fees to go after us. That she would to go after these hate channels because they were tired of these hate channels. Well, she knows now that she cannot go after channels for speaking the truth. She has to prove that what we're saying is a lie. Okay? She has to prove, and not only that it's damaging her reputation prior to the statements. Crafton and Kim, you guys all got to go watch. Well, I don't. Okay, stop spamming the chat, Brian. Stop spamming the chat. Absolutely. You're going to get timed out. I don't have to do anything. This is my channel. I don't have to put anything in the description. I don't want to. We're talking about proof. We are asking for proof. Thank you, Carrie. Yeah, it was unnecessary. Thank you. I know I see it. I know I see it like well after you guys handle it. Hi, the Dark Magician. But anyways, where was I before that popped up? I was talking about something you said, I think. Oh, Crafton and Kim. No, Crafton and Kim, you guys got to go look at that. They proved that you have to have, there is no defamation on cyber harassment stuff in Florida. There isn't. There may be a federal thing with, and it's not IC3 that deals with that kind of thing. IC3 deals with online scams, or scams are like the kind of scam that I talked about, what happened with my mom. So that's the kind of thing that the IC3 deals with. Brian is lost. And but it's okay. You know, we can have people here that are detractors. We absolutely can. I'm sorry, Shift. Yeah, we're awareness channels. I'm not saying I do not talk about her looks. I do not talk about her weight. Do I talk about her money? Sometimes, yeah, but it's nothing is like she openly flaunts that she just spends her money like, whatever. And that's all for more power to her to spend her money. My problem is the scams. That's my problem. And what was it, Crafton, that it has to be Crafton and Kim are both in here, that it has to be damaging to their reputation prior to the statement, right? Well, her reputation prior to anything any of us are saying is not good. And that's why people are saying the things they're saying is because of her reputation, right? Um, I don't know if Brian was a real person, but like I've never seen them before. No spamming this. I mean, I've told people to, if they can't get my attention, to say the thing over again, but he was saying it like repeatedly over and over again. We don't know, Wolfie. I don't, if she's using it for a lawyer, it's not for what she says she's using it for. Sorry, I need a drink of water. My throat's getting dry. If she's using it for a lawyer, she's using it for something else, not for a legal it wouldn't be a defense fund. She calls it a defense fund to defend herself against hate channels, right? But we are, but she would have, that would be a defamation lawsuit. And defamation is very difficult to prove. She would have to have a squeaky clean reputation, and everything we say would have to be a lie. Well, because yeah, because well, she says she explains that as she needs to defend herself against us. But then she says repeatedly that we don't bother her any, that we affect her none. None. So if we affect her none, then what does she need to defend herself against? We're not hurting her financially. In fact, she's proven that she's not being hurt financially just by showing her screen sometimes. Yeah, Jennifer Sharp, I know. Yeah, she has been complaining about how her ear hurts. She's been complaining about some things. She is unbothered. Yep. I don't think so, Jack. I don't think they monitor them. I mean, I don't. I think she's visiting her attorney. Yeah, she's visiting her attorney today. That's why she's quiet. She said she wouldn't be back on until tomorrow. Well, she wouldn't willingly go in. There'd be no case. There's no case. There's no way that if I say she is a thief, if I say she is a thief, well, she's a convicted thief, right? Has she not been convicted of it? Was she not, does she not have a mug shot and arrest record? Is that a lie? It's not a lie. She said she would have to give up phone records. But the number one thing that I think that she could probably get in trouble for is the fact that the Generosity Network says that you cannot support, meaning raise money for someone who is associated with financial crimes. And she is associated with financial crimes. So how does she have this? They're not going to run a background check on her, but you have to be, I mean, somebody has to be willing to go the long route to get somebody to look at it. But I don't even care about that. I care about her subs. I care about her viewers. Oh, happy birthday to the moon. To the Moon, do you want to come up and everybody can sing you happy birthday in chat? I'm not going to sing you happy birthday because I don't want to blow anybody's ears out, but we could all say happy birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to the moon. To the moon, sorry. Oh, Sugar Beet. She got in a P.O. box. Okay, so I heard her say she seriously that nobody else is talking about this. She wants to be an influencer so fucking bad. She wants products, she wants companies to sponsor her so that she doesn't have to do any of this. Really. All she has to do is sit and talk about fucking and review products. That's what she wants to do. Make her drama lives but she doesn't understand that there's no company in the fucking world that is going to back her. So nobody's thinking like I think she wants to start her own, develop her own multi-level marketing scheme. I absolutely believe that. Maybe $20,000 is the amount she needs to buy into it to get into the top tier, you know? She's gonna be the next Lululemon. No, but it's a P.O. box. So the P.O. box, Sugar Beet, is because she said, I know a lot of you are like wanting to send me samples of things to review. So like I'm gonna get a P.O. box so you can send me samples of things to review. Like I like absolutely. I think people probably listen to her and will do that. So if that's what you want to do, just say that's what you fucking want to do. These people will throw their money at you. But you are making it seem like there's this attack, like not there's like this systematic attack being made on you when it's not. We're not attacking you. We're just telling the truth. That's not an attack. The truth is not an attack. It feels like it. It feels like an attack to someone who will not themselves accountable. Absolutely. Who knows Cash Tasha? Who knows what she's going to sell? I mean, there's been some theories on makeup, but she's, on some kind of makeup line, or something like that. There's a lot of different things out there that could be multi-level marketing. A lot. Yeah, that's exactly. She'd be good. She is good at selling stuff. I bet you anything that she gets so much money off those Amazon codes because all she has to do is give out a code, tell them if you buy this, put my code in, and she gets kickbacks. Well, she should just have affiliate links then. I mean, she should just stop doing, but she has, you guys, I mean, it's very, very clear that once she started the recliner channel and she started seeing the super chats on the recliner channel, she was never going to stay with true crime. She always says, I would love to do true crime. It's what I do best. It's my passion. So fucking why are you not doing it? Because you know that you had the Gabby Petito, you got all those followers. The Gabby Petito case is now, slowed down or went cold. Not cold, but you know what I mean. There's not much to report right now. And so you have to get back to what's making the money. Yeah, I know Jennifer Sharp. I mean, somebody probably will. Wolfie, I do want to do the sock puppet show. Yes, I do need people to come in and email. Let me put my email up to email who they would like to play, and then I would love if I could have like an audition tape, like just a clip of like who you want to play and how you want to sound, like what you want to sound like or how you sound. Sorry, how you would sound playing that person. I do have Siren already, already called for. and maybe TT. But you guys also, I just started following Captain Kangaroo not too long ago, and I have not done a deep dive into his channel, but I have seen some really fucking disturbing stuff about Siren. I'm just gonna say, like, I really wish that I did not know who Lynn is taken. Lynn is taken, and Siren is taken. I really, and potentially Natasha. I could do Natasha if I'm really delirious. Read what comment. Boop, boop, boop. Wait, okay, she attacks people's jobs and it breaks every time. Which comment? They've said a couple of comments. Which comment? Sock puppets is going to be so much fucking fun. I'm sure someone will steal it from me before I can get my shit together enough to do it. Yes, and Captain K also has a great voice. So I really want to get Captain K up on panel sometimes just to listen to it talk. You have to go watch Captain Kangaroo. You absolutely have to. There's some really disturbing stuff. Yeah, really fucking. I can do NC. I do NC real good, and I so do Dalton real good too. Honey, you're mixed. You're mixed, honey. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Jesus, take all the wheels. I can do it. I can totally do it. The same Kim and Crafton commented NC had the same scam years in a row. Like on this level, you guys, Kim and Crafton, on this level. Hi, Cindy Ann. Hi, Nikki. Yes, up above Grouchy Mama Bear. If you can scroll back, not too far back, Love Rain. Put it up. I mean, I know you can't copy and paste that, but Love Reigns put it up just not too far back. Scroll back a little bit. Hi, X amount of words. Yes, girl, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Hello, goodbye. Whose email do you need? Hello, goodbye. If it's mine, it's scrolling across the screen. However, it's not a capital H. Apparently, if you put a capital H, it's kicked back. But I mean, if somebody has a sweet tea fund, that's not a scam. I mean, that's not really okay. Hello, goodbye. It's like scrolling across the bottom of the screen there, like right under my avatar. It's just the name of my channel at gmail.com with no caps. Yeah, if she did, it would be beneficial to both of them, but I hope that that doesn't happen. Crafton, so I feel like some of them were very just dumb little fundraisers. I mean, yeah, because if you call it a sweet tea fund, you really know you're given to nothing. Who needs a sweet tea fund? Who needs a Kool-Aid fund, you know? This is something different. This is not the same scam. This is something so much more diabolical. Case discussion has an accent too, doesn't she? And I don't think I could do Scarlet. Sorry. I don't like I feel like Scarlet Psycho as well. I might have to go listen to her a little bit. But we all know Boston Koozy's gonna be Lynn because that shit's spot fucking on. I don't know who doesn't believe so. Right. Well, Enchanted, she says it is, yes, for that probably. But she said that it's for samples. No, Crafton doesn't do a good Natasha. It's funny. I hope so. I hope so. I really do hope that this is her downfall. I mean, I really do. She has scammed in the crime cases. Yes, she absolutely has. Yes. I think those are just a little bit different. Well, no, I guess they're not. She really did. She asked for, wasn't it true for whoever was around at the time? Um, Cash Tasha, pharmacists are held to a very fucking strict standard. They have cameras on them and checks and balances all along. I mean, it's really rare for people to get their medication fucked up. It's really rare and probably I mean, it can happen, but I just don't feel like that's very relevant. I don't think it's relevant. I mean, if he had access to patients like directly, I might have more of a worry about him, but just distributing medicine, I don't think so. I will have to hear Life in the Red Can play Natasha. And of course, make a puppet. Um, but so who is around for the Gypsy Rose? Raise your hand or put a one in chat if you were around Facebook for the Gypsy Rose shit. No, Lala, it's not relevant. His job is not relevant to any of this. It's not. Lulu, I have no idea, and I will not comment on that. I won't comment on people's addictions. I won't comment on people's those kind of things. She may, I don't know. Some people just like to gamble. Oh, well, Lufa, that bothers me. That does bother me. If he has direct contact with patients, it bothers me. I thought he wasn't working, but Cash Tasha. Okay, so I will read one of those out, Cash Tasha. Just I won't name anything, but I will read one of those out because it was the funniest fucking thing. I wish that it could be this person should write reviews about books all the fucking time because this was one of the funniest things I've read in a while. But so okay, so Grim Truther, you were Shelley Lynn, Shell Lynn was around Jen Lu. Okay, Granny. Okay, so what's not true? Is it not true? Doing one if you were around for the Gypsy Rose stuff on Facebook. Was it not true that you would have gotten the case files or whatever for free through the mail or through email or something like that, but to get them printed out was cost so much money? Okay, Cash Tasha. I don't think so, Caffeinated Slug. She doesn't feel like a decent person to me. She said some really fucked up shit. Really fucked up shit. Good night, Joey. Or good morning. So the printing cost, but she could have gotten them. She did not have to travel there to get them, right? If she wanted to travel there to try to talk to people, okay. But she never did get them, right? Or never did produce them. Yeah, okay. I gotta just read this. This was probably one of the funniest depictions of how a story, and I'm just reading this not because of who it is, but because of the way it's written. Just listen. Imagine you have a close friend who is still learning English, has never been the most coherent storyteller, and is completely shit faced. If you can visualize that person trying to tell you the story of how she met and married her second husband, you get a feel for what it's like to try to read and comprehend what goes on in this book. That just made me laugh so hard. So she got the free ones even though she raised money. She got the free ones even though she raised money to get the printed out ones and to travel to that state, that town, right? Did she travel to that town? That it's a great review. It was a fucking hilarious review. I mean, it just to me, just the way that that was written was hilarious because you can totally imagine that is how somebody would, or you can totally imagine that person or that kind of storyteller. I'm sure Enchanted. I'm sure that that's true. I do not think okay I don't know. It's hard for me with Siren because I I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think he's vile. I think he is disgusting. I think there's a lot of things to be looked at with him, and I think if Natasha supports him and the things that people just don't pay attention, right? Because like who doesn't pay attention to the shit that people are putting out there? It's just so weird. Jen Lu, about you explained it last night about the Gypsy Lee Rose, Gypsy Lee Rose, right? It. Yeah, Kim, that feels like it was. I did too. I have too, Granny. Like absolutely, I totally agree. I just don't think it's I just don't think it's relevant. I mean, and that's just you guys can do whatever you want and say whatever you want. I don't think it's relevant. I don't know, Quirky. I don't know because sometimes it's not like that and sometimes it is. I don't know. Gypsy Rose. Yeah. Oh, so it's more complex. Jen Lu, would you like to come up? Somebody linked your channel, right? Would you like to come up and talk about it so that the people here can hear it again? Okay. Thank you, Wolfie. I do too. I do too. And when I say we should do better, I mean like we should do like you see now that Natasha is almost verbatim saying the shit that I say about looks and stuff like that, right? She's now saying that shit almost verbatim, the same thing I'm saying. But we need to adhere to that. We shouldn't be calling people names that are, I mean, that are shaming in some way. We shouldn't be talking about their money or their not their money, but their social status, like if they are on welfare or if they are, doing whatever, if they're overweight or if they have funny hair or if they do their makeup bad or anything like that. So it's Halufa. I keep missing, yeah, but I see your name. But we all need to adhere to that because she becomes a victim when we do that. And she lets her chat do it. She lets her chat just run rampant with that shit and she'll let it go on for like 15, 20 minutes before she says something. You know, you'll just see all these really horrible comments and then she'll be like, um, you know, chat, be polite or whatever the fuck she says. Be nice, be respectful. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. What am I looking at here? Hello, goodbye. Is that you? No, wait. Is it hello, goodbye? I'm checking email. What am I looking at here? Hold on. What is this? Hold on, guys. Sorry, I know there's no sound right here right now, but I am looking at some interesting screenshots here. What is this? Hold on. Okay, so like I'm looking at something disturbing, but I'm not sure what it is. Or who it's from. Well, I don't want to show it if it's not. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. I mean, it's screenshots. It looks like screenshots from a text from someone. There's like 13 of them. Dorothy, did you get did you get the same things I got? I mean, I'm gonna have to like vet it a little bit more. I don't know. I'm gonna vet it a little bit. I'm gonna put that away because but Dorothy, if you got Dorothy, you do have my email, right? But those, yeah, anything like that could be really, really, um, really easily faked. It's coming from somebody that I don't know. Oh, does Jen want to? Yeah, for Jen's channel. Does Jen want to come up? Right, right, Jen. You can drop the link for Captain Kangaroo for Jen's channel. Jen, would you like to come up and explain stuff or about the gypsy? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Dorothy. No, Crafton, I'm not. I mean, I can show you what I was sent if you want me to, but it could be, absolutely could be, faked. I don't know. It's weird when it's coming from somebody that you don't, um, oh, okay, hold on. Sorry, chat's moving a little fast. Did it show up? Did my link show up, guys? Well, I did ask Hello Goodbye what I was looking at. There's no context. It just said, look at this, and it was a bunch of shit. So I'm not gonna pull a Natasha. Sorry, guys. Oh,
Hey, can you hear me?
hello. Hi, I can hear
Hello,
you.
how are you? Okay, good.
I'm pretty
Am I am I too quiet or too loud? I always worry I'm too loud.
I always worry I'm too loud too, but I figure people can turn their volume down if I'm too loud.
That's kind of how I
I
feel.
can't.
That's just my voice. Suck it.
I muted myself on accident. Sorry. You were around for the Facebook days. Gypsy,
I was.
Gypsy,
I was a mod
Gypsy
for
Rose
her.
Bunch. Oh goodness. Okay. So
Yeah. Okay, this is what happened. So she and I had an argument right before this PayPal situation was set up. Okay. For the case files. Had we not had it blown up, I would have advised her differently, but that's really neither here nor there. So she calls me, I need a friend because people were going at her. All right. So I was not a part of setting up the PayPal. I didn't know anything about it until after the fact, and people were disgruntled. They didn't like the fact that they felt like she was asking them to pay to be in a Facebook group, which was unfair because that's not actually what she was doing. So the deal was this. She wrote out a post and she said that her daughter and Dalton would had graciously offered to drive her to Springfield, Missouri to get the entire Gypsy Rose Blanchard case file to be included in the case file with what she wanted to get was the autopsy report, all of the crime scene photos, the autopsy pictures, everything. At that point, there was and had already been posted the part of the discovery that was free from the Sunshine Law. And it had been posted by another group, actually. Okay. But she said that she could get all the things. So her numbers of what it was going to cost was off of the Greene County, which is the county that the case took place in, website, and they charged 50 cents per page, and there were 2,000 pages. Okay, this was, I believe, like mid-July, the 15th, somewhere in that vicinity, and she didn't actually leave for the trip to Missouri until the end of July, like the last week of July, I think it was. Because I remember she came back and it was about back to school time. But anyway, for us here in Florida. So at first, the way that the PayPal was set up, it was just her personal PayPal account. Okay. But then she said that people were reporting it as fraud. And then the other issue was PayPal takes a fee for every transaction. So people were donating like 10 cents or a penny or whatever. And so she, how are you ever going to collect enough money that way? So then she raised it to the minimum being $1. All right. Then she switched it from it being a PayPal, her personal PayPal, to PayPal Pool. Okay. Which then she said that at that point she had something like $947 and some odd cents, of which she said $471 and some change was on hold due to people reporting the pool as fraud, and that it would take 21 days for PayPal to do their investigation and take the hold off. All right. So people continued to donate. I don't know how much in total she collected. Nobody but her knows. She's the only person that had access to the pool. Okay. What then happened was she had two other mods who she gave a list to, and they were the people that were in charge of adding people who had donated into the Gypsy Rose case file group. I never donated. I was not added to the case file group until later, which I covered last night. We'll get there. So she leaves at the end of July. She does go to Springfield, Missouri. She did several, like a couple of lives where she was just driving around the city. She showed where the Waffle House and the motel were at, the Gypsy and Nick ate at and stayed in. She showed, she drove to Gypsy's old house a few times and showed it. She never got out of the car or anything like that, just showed it from the vehicle. Then she gets back, okay? And so I'm excited. She said that she told me that she had the files in her car and that she told everybody, not just me, but that she was going to scan them and upload them, that she had the physical files. And I was particularly interested in the autopsy report because I wanted to see if it was noted or there were remarks about the stab wounds, because it's always been my theory that the very deep penetrating wounds came from Nick and the superficial wounds came from Gypsy, but I can't remember who has what now. I believe it's Nick that's left-handed, Gypsy is right-handed. That's what I wanted to see. I just wanted a picture. She was tired. It was what it was, okay? So the days go on and nothing, right? And then a week goes by, a couple of weeks go by. By this point, she has then formed a friendship with Gypsy's stepmother, Christy Blanchard. And there is a chat with she and I and one other person. And I showed this in the screenshot, or in the live last night in the screenshots. So, excuse me, she sends us these pictures of all of these discs. Those are the case files. All right. But they're just pictures of discs. She didn't have the actual discs, right? So Christy did give her some things off of that disc. A lot of it was stuff from the crime scene that wasn't released to the public. Okay. From what this is from my, I don't want to bash her, because I don't have a beef with her. Like we had we're not friends, like we're not cool. We had a big huge blow up, but then we squashed the beef, and I don't want to bash her. I'm just going to tell what I know. So eventually, after the blow up between she and I, which occurred August 29th, she did show some of these pictures to not the paid group. She put them in the big group where everybody was there, which I didn't like. But to put a fine point on it, she, to my knowledge, has never obtained any documents that she paid for. Any documents that she got were either from the Sunshine Law Disc or from Gypsy Rose's stepmother, Christy Blanchard. And if I'm wrong, I will admit that I'm wrong. But all I need to see to show me that I'm wrong is a receipt. Just show a receipt of what you paid.
Right, because
This was,
the courthouse or would give the receipt, right?
Correct. They
Right.
absolutely would give you a receipt for your documents. The problem is that those specific documents that she said she was getting were never going to be available to her. Not from the courthouse, which is the price that she quoted. Okay? Because the way that the Missouri law is set up is that when there is a defendant who is going through the appeals process, there are parts of the discovery case file that are sealed until that defendant works their way through the appeals process. Nick Godejohn is still appealing his sentence. It could be decades by the time it's done. And even then, the state always has the option to keep some stuff sealed. They can say that it's not in the public's interest. So also, there is another part. At one point before she left, she told me that Nick Godejohn, because she was communicating with him through JPay, had his own discovery in his cell with him. Okay. And that she was going to go visit Nick, and that's how she was going to get the discovery. All right. The problem there, which I did not know at the time that she said this to me, is that Nick was in a processing center. So he wasn't at his final destination. They were holding him, working him through the system. Okay. That place doesn't allow visitors.
Really?
Correct. And I'm sure that I have the
Hold on.
screenshots somewhere of all of this. And I know that I posted them in the Gypsy Rose case files group.
Wow. And so you questioned her.
Yeah, I did.
Did anybody else?
Yeah. So this is what happened. At some point, and I can't even honestly remember when this happened. I just know when I started making posts in the Gypsy Rose case file group, she lost the profile that she used to make the case file group. Okay. So the bottom line was that that group had no mod and no admin. So anybody could be added. And one of my friends who was a mod for her, an ex-mod of her, who left at the same time I did, said, hey, she lost the profile. And I was like, oh, well, wonder what will happen. She said, well, go request and see if it'll let you in. And then I did. Now, to be fair, I didn't pay to be in that group, and I had no, I shouldn't have been in. I mean, what I did was petty. I was petty. I admitted this last night repeatedly. I beat myself up a lot for it because it was petty. And what I then started to do around November was start to just ask questions. And I did post screenshots in that group because those people paid to be in there. So anything that I knew about the case files, I shared to that group. I did not share like personal, private conversations between she and I because I don't roll like that. That has nothing to do with anything. I will never show a screenshot of something that I learned in the confines of friendship because we had a falling out. I think it's foul, and I wouldn't do that. But I did think those people deserve to know.
Right.
So, because this is how I got the nickname the worst, I am the worst, in all caps. Because I caused a kerfuffle in that I wasn't the only person, and I'm not the one that's, there were other people in there that were starting to ask questions as well. Okay. But what she then did is said, okay, well, because I've lost control of this group, and then we have these, rogue mods, and then Jen Lu, who's the worst in here, doing all the things, I'm going to add you guys to another group. Whatever she uploaded in that group, I don't know about. What I have heard, though, and this is from her because stuff she said, is that she uploaded things and it got reported and taken down. But I don't know what she uploaded. All I can say is whatever she did upload, she didn't pay for, which was the intent of the fundraiser and the purpose.
Right.
Now, if she has those, just give the people what they paid for. Or, hey,
Right.
And shut me up for good and make me look real dumb. Show a receipt.
Exactly. Show a receipt.
That's all. Those people deserve
Well, I mean,
that.
couldn't she show the actual physical documents too? They would be different than the ones from
Yes, they would.
courts would be stamped. They were come from. They should be stamped. There should be a stamp where they were received.
Correct. And the thing is that some of the documents that she did upload that came from Christy, that's another can of worms too. Because I do remember that there was another group called By Proxy who also had the entire case file because of her relationship with the stepmother. She was working on a show or whatever. So Fancy made a Google Drive and stuff was downloaded, attempted to be downloaded from there. Then Christy sent her stuff, but they weren't. But there's a difference in the way things look when they are scanned into like a paper is scanned into your computer and then posted. They look very different. You can tell when it's a picture of a piece of paper, which is what those were. So.
Right. So it was a picture, not a scanned document.
Correct.
It was just clearly a picture of a piece of paper. Now, where did you say she got them from? Where you think she got them from? A Sunshine file or something?
No, So there were some things that were on the. I don't even know if she uploaded the stuff from the disc that came as part of this. They call it in Missouri the Sunshine Law. It's basically the Freedom of Information Act. That's just what they call it. Sort of like in Florida, it's a Baker Act, where the rest of the place it's a 5150. It's the same thing, just a different term. So I don't know if she ever uploaded any of those. She never uploaded a single document into the original Gypsy Rose case files group. And I know that I am being blamed for her not doing that, but the truth of the matter is I'll have to go back and look. But I don't believe that I was
from the group and done it, right?
Well, I got added well after the fact, after she lost her account in there. So like she could have, you know what I'm saying? Like she could have.
But
I would have,
Of course, she's going to blame somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's so bizarre to me when somebody does that, when they're like, "Oh, well, you're the reason I didn't do this thing," that everybody I was going to do. That's just that's just bullshit. So,
well, I went in there yesterday to get some screenshots, and you know who was in that group?
Who?
Your friend Tallulah.
Really? Of course she is.
Added October. October or at the either the beginning of October or the beginning of September. Like, I
So
feel
right
like
a
I
while and she
am
got
actually, no, I think it because she asked for a mod or somebody to message her, which there's no mods in that group. I don't know who added her though. That's the thing.
wow.
Nobody has to add her. It's unmanned. It's a free for all. Go look it up on Facebook. Just join it yourself and go look. It's just called Gypsy Rose Case Files or Gypsy Case Files.
So so you were blamed. Now this is something
I've been blamed for a lot, actually. If you want to know the truth, I got
yeah,
blamed for a lot.
this is something that I'm curious about. Was it this one or the one that she made after? Was it true? I do not know. Obviously, I just speculation on this that she was making people pay to join a group involved in this to see these things after
This is
she had raised
that's
money
the
to get them.
Okay, so there were actually two trips planned. The first one, she went on solo. As she called me on her way back from that trip and was telling me all the things, right? And then through that discussion, she and I said, "Oh, let's go to Springfield." I wanted to fly. She said she can't fly because of her ears. So that I was like, okay. So then it became a thing. There was another fundraiser done. That's what that voicemail that I played last night is referring to. She started another pool for $1,000 to go back, and it was going to be me, her daughter, and two other people that were all going to go. And because Modpocalypse, which is what she calls it, I call it something else, but we'll leave it at Modpocalypse, happened. I know there was money raised, but I don't know exactly how much or whatever became of that money. There was also money allegedly, according to her, there was money left over from the trip, from the first trip. And then there was still the $497.27. Now, I asked her, did you talk to PayPal? Have you heard from them? And she said, oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to do that. Oh, I got to do that. And I was like, well, is it 21 actual days or 21 business days? And she said, oh, it must be business days. And I said, oh, okay. But even then, okay, it's clearly been more than 21 business days. It's been like 2,100 business days at this point. I don't even know. Is it in 2019? So however many days that is, like a long time, forever.
Yeah.
They should have been back. I mean, they would have been released if they were ever on hold
Right.
to
And
begin
then
with. I
so
don't
is
know
that
if they
that's
were.
what Granny saying 497 just vanished? Just vanished into thin air, like nobody got their
490,
money
yeah.
back.
Yeah, it's like it's unaccounted money. But this is the thing. And to her, in a way, she is sort of right about this. Okay. If you didn't donate, then why are you asking? However, I will say with this fundraiser, it's different because this is a lot of money. And I think that people do have the right to ask questions before they donate. I mean, PayPal will tell you, it's any fundraiser will say to do your homework, do your due diligence. And part of that is asking questions. So I will say that as far as the case files go, I did not donate. So I guess I don't really have the right to ask questions, but what I felt that was happening was wrong. And I know that a lot of people donated. And I feel like if I knew stuff, to tell it. I felt a responsibility. I felt a moral obligation to tell what I knew. I didn't tell because I was angry with her because she made the comment about Mexicans. Okay. That wasn't that wasn't what got me to do it. I was already like a couple of days before that, when she sent the pictures of the discs is when I began to side eye. And I also offered to help the other girl who she said was uploading the files from the disc. I offered to help
Mhm.
her and she told me no. I am friends with that girl. today. And I told her what she said, and she was like, hell no, I could have used help. She said she told me that the girl didn't want me to help or didn't want help. It wasn't specific to me, like it wasn't a personal thing, that she liked doing it. She didn't want help. So there you
Huh.
go. That's what I know.
Yeah. Incredible. She said she raised money to go to Louisiana to visit someplace, but then not your mama said she raised money and then didn't go. Then she changed it to be going to visit Dee Dee's siblings, but didn't go.
Yeah, I feel like that's right. I feel like, so after Modpocalypse, I feel like she did say, well, I'm not going to go to Springfield. I've already been there and done that. Maybe I'll just use the money that I have to go to Louisiana, which is where Christy Blanchard and Gypsy's biological father live. I don't think that happened either, frankly. In fact, I'm almost positive that she has never met Christy Blanchard in person. No.
Oh, interesting. But you don't know that she said she was gonna use her own money for that.
No. She was going to
money
use the
she had
money
left.
that was raised, right, for the Springfield trip take 2. That's what it was called. Yeah.
Right, but
because I was around for that.
Okay.
I mean,
and you do. There's no indication she did it, though.
Exactly, correct. There's no indication that she did it. I mean, she's talked about Gypsy Rose since then, don't you think, on her True Crime channel? So if she had gone, I feel like that would be part of what she talked
the conversation.
About. Yeah, I would think. You know, I think it's important because so much has been said about this whole situation, but very, very little of it is like 100% accurate, right? So I'm telling you with 100% accuracy, this is what happened. Whatever you guys make and take from what I'm telling you is up to you.
Right.
I have never seen proof that files were obtained or that files were uploaded that she paid for. That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, and it's just very odd to me that hardly anybody did, right? Like she uploaded stuff, but it was not not only you, but I've seen other names say it, that it was not what she claimed to have raised the money for.
Correct.
Right. That they saw stuff, but they see what she had said she was going there to do. But she did go, right? She did go.
She did absolutely go. She absolutely did go.
Who went with her?
It was just her and her 2 daughters.
None of her mods? So
no,
okay.
Not that trip.
So which was convenient, right? There was nobody to hold her, right?
Right. I mean,
so did mods go on other trips with more trips before this?
No.
Or after?
This was the first.
Was not trip.
No.
Okay. She went to Springfield. Which trip was it that we needed to send because she had to stay another day? Was that? That
was the first trip. That was the first trip. Yeah.
Okay.
But to be fair, she did sell or offer to put online some dresses to fund a longer stay in Springfield. And I feel like it was just another day. So.
Right. So now, do you feel like, so when I see these screenshots of people talking about the $497 and the $600 from the dresses, is this all in relation to that trip?
No.
Okay.
That's separate. Well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's separate.
Okay.
This is another thing that I want to make clear too, because I don't think I covered this last night. There have been allegations that her original asshat, that's me and a few other girls,
You're Rachel
that
Casca.
we, yeah, that's us. Followed her around from case to case to case, right? That's not true. I did talk about this part. At no time did anybody did go after her customers from her dress shop. What actually happened was there were three in total active gypsy groups. One was by proxy, one was hers, and one was run by Crimes for Dummies. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a good group. Anyway, she was beefing with the other two groups. Okay, the other group, the Crimes for Dummies, found the Facebook group called "Put Natasha Cooper Out of Business, Doing Business as Beads and Such." They made a public group. The people from her town or her disgruntled customers. If you search Facebook, there are public posts on people's Facebooks and other Facebooks that are public that you can that are out there. That's the only thing that was ever shown. Nobody contacted these people or that I'm aware of. Nobody that I knew from the OG asshats ever did any of that stuff. It was just on Facebook. Like it was
Okay.
out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like nobody
Right.
went real life and started calling up former customers of hers. There were public groups about it. We didn't
So
do
that
any of
is
that
that the
stuff.
Natasha Scammers R Us or whatever? That the public group you're
No,
talking about? Okay.
no. These groups were made at the time she owned her dress shop. So these posts and these groups were like in 2017.
Oh, wow. So they were made specifically about those
Yes,
things? Okay, because I
yes.
do know there was like a local group to where she lived that was like one of those community group. You know what I mean? Like they have them all over
Mm-hmm.
the place. That maybe that it started in like somebody made a review or something of her shop or said don't go here, and then it must have spun off from there.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I just, alls I know is that we, the original asshats, didn't have anything to do with that. Those screenshots were already out there. We
Right.
didn't do that.
So she blames it on you
And
guys,
yeah,
on the asshats,
correct.
the original asshats,
Excuse
which she
me, we're
always
the
does.
original asshats. There are other
Yeah.
asshats that have come since then, but
You're
we
the
are the
original, the
originals.
OG,
Thank you.
OG asshats. Yes.
Very important. Titles are important.
Right. So it's very telling that I mean, if you guys just all look at every time she defends herself, she doesn't take any accountability for anything she's done. For her own arrest, she says oh yeah, I'm gonna just lay down and get a theft charge to something I didn't do. You know, she just pled out. But I mean, I guess you do that if you don't if you think you're guilty, if you know you're innocent, why do you do that? You know, if you know, but maybe they do. I mean,
Yeah.
other people take plea bargains when they think they're in a fucked up spot and their lawyer tells them to, right?
Right.
But she still doesn't take accountability for it. She blames it all on that girl. Anytime you hear her talk about any of those things, you know, like the dresses or, you know, there's always these people that just hate her and just don't want her. So they just make shit up and put shit out there, right? And
Right.
so
That's
that's what,
not true. I look, I can't speak for all people. I can speak for this people. And this
yeah,
people does not hate her. I never pulled her background. In fact, the other group there was I can't remember whose group it was. Anyway, they're the ones that pulled it, and they didn't post all of it. They just posted one little tiny part of it, right?
right.
But I I don't ever agree with just randomly pulling people's background checks.
No.
Like, I don't, because it was done to me, okay, after I left. And I didn't appreciate it. And I don't agree with that. I would under many circumstances, I would say it's irrelevant. However, there are certain circumstances which it does become relevant. And if any person has a history of not being less than honest with funds and their fundraising, then I would understand why people would want to do that. I do. I
Right,
probably
exactly.
wouldn't do it, but I understand why people would. If I felt the need to pull somebody's background because I didn't trust them that much, I just wouldn't give to their fundraiser, frankly. That's how I would handle it. But I'm not all people, and I can't control what other people do.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, well, to an extent, I'm the kind of person that I just cannot watch something happening without, you know, without I wasn't
I
around
don't
back
want
then.
to.
That's why I rely on so many people to tell me their
Well,
stories.
right. I agree with you in that. That's why after everything that happened, I I stood up and said I feel what I did was the right thing to do. I
Yep.
felt that the people that donated should know what was going on. But I'm not going to, and I have fully taken responsibility for the petty crap that I did as well. I did some petty stuff, posting in her group that I had no business being because I didn't donate. That was petty. I should not have done that. Like, that was petty. I could have given those screenshots over to people who were like in the group because they donated, but then they would have taken the heat too. But it was,
Right.
I could have, what I could have done really was just post what I had to post the proof, and then get the fuck out. I didn't have to stay and maybe make extra posts or use emoticons and or emojis and some hilarious gifts and memes. That was probably extra. It was extra. I should not have done that. Some of them, but I shouldn't not have. And I've already apologized to her for that. Like, I'm not even angry at her. We don't have a beef. It is possible to squash beef with people, and then that be the end of it, not be in each other. She doesn't come to my chat. I don't go to hers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
Right. Do you think that she's going to start targeting you now, though?
Targeting, I wouldn't say targeting, no. What I would say is that she will have a response, which she's allowed to do.
And she'll call you an
like
asshat.
I don't know if she'll call me an asshat anymore. I don't know if she'll still call me that. I don't know. Maybe she'll have a new and more creative name for me. Who knows? I mean, listen, all I'm saying is, if I'm wrong, just show a receipt showing that you paid for files. That's it.
Right.
It's very simple.
Yep.
Yeah, that will shut me up. And you know what? I'll apologize. I'm not above apologizing, and I'm not above admitting I'm wrong. But it's been, since the end of 2019, and we're now approaching the end of 2021. I feel fairly confident that I'm correct. Otherwise, I wouldn't be up here at all.
Right.
Because I don't do this. I don't even like the drama.
I mean,
I don't like
appreciate
bashing.
you being here. I appreciate you being here very much and telling that story.
Thank
There's
you.
a lot which is very telling to me. If there's so much that it's hard to get a complete story, that's very telling to me. You know what I mean? If I could look at any one piece of evidence and say, oh yeah, this makes sense, then that's not a story. That's not a rabbit hole, right? This is a rabbit hole.
Right.
It really is, which tells me that there's a lot of truth to it. When there's shady stuff, when there's stuff being hidden, and Natasha's never done anything personally. She's done stuff to my friends personally.
Yeah.
And that's what I will defend my friends when I know, especially when I know what is being said are outright, blatant, damaging lies. However, I think it's so important, like with you guys, you people donated. People have a right to ask questions when they've donated for a specific thing. The people that give her super chats and just pay into her PayPal, they really don't have
Oh
a
yeah.
right to ask her for anything. Because
No, that's part
that's
of it.
you're giving her money. You're just giving her money for just existing, and
Exactly.
that's
Or for
fine.
because you like her content, and I don't listen, I am all for women empowerment, okay? I don't get down with the slut shaming. Girls, it is
Thank you.
2021. We like
That's right.
sex and it's
That's right.
okay. We're not hoes
Some of
because
us
of
make
it,
money
okay?
out of it.
Correct. And if that's how you make your coin, girl, get your coin. I don't care. Jen
That's
don't
right.
judge. Okay. And I do believe in lifting. Listen, I know all of us girls, we're all playing, we're all on the same team. We outnumber the men by like a lot. And if we could all pull our shit together and get ourselves together, we would and could run the world. But we won't get out of each other's way. And we're too busy slut shaming one another and getting distracted by whose bangs are cut at the right angle, etc. That
Right.
we can't. Now, I'm not saying all us girls got to be friends. All right, but you also don't have to push your girl down in the mud either. Okay.
That's right.
Lift a sister up every so often if you can.
That's
All
right.
right. And if you can't, don't push her further down. Just walk away. Then let the next girl behind you pick her up. If she's just one of those. Sometimes there are one of those.
Yeah.
But and I don't, like I said, I'm not angry at her. I am indifferent now. I was very hurt way back, but I've worked all through that, and telling my story last night, I found, as nervous as I was cathartic. And it
Yeah.
wasn't about her, it was really about me because I didn't want to bash her. I don't need to bash her.
No,
Like
you
I
don't.
think I don't
Yeah.
need to do that to get my point across. And I did say some and leave some really nasty voice messages, but I left them up. Everybody can go hear what I said out of my own mouth.
Well, I mean, it's power to you for doing it the way you want to do it. Everybody has that right to. I said, like you said, the shaming, body shaming, the slut shaming, the look shaming. That's not for me. If other channels
Yeah.
do it, that's what they do. Okay, I'm never going to agree with it. I'm never going to condone it.
Mm-mm.
But I'm not going to talk. I don't think I do bash Natasha. I do, but I don't bash her on things that are not relevant to the content of her character. You know what I mean? I bash her
Right.
on the
No,
way that
there's a
she treats
difference
people.
about right. There's a difference about between discussing what somebody does and be how
What they
they
look like.
behave and then discussing what they look like. To me, looks are low hanging fruit. No, but there's
Yes.
no such thing as a 10. Okay, because a 10 is perfect and perfection is unattainable. Everybody has
What?
something. And
What about
and
me?
let's be honest.
Just kidding.
Well, you might be like a 9.5, but not a 10, babe, because 10's perfect.
9.9.
Nobody's
9.9.
perfect. There you
Just
go.
kidding.
But let's be honest, okay? If
Right.
any of us were Cosmopolitan Vogue worthy, would we be home on a Friday night on the YouTubes talking shit? No, we wouldn't. We might, but probably not. You know what I mean? So everybody has something. Everybody has a flaw that's
Right.
physical. And I just don't
Usually,
think that's a necessary,
you're
to
right.
go there. Like it doesn't, looks in the scheme of things aren't important. They can go at any time. You
Right.
could be the most beautiful
Right.
person on the outside and be in a car accident and be horribly disfigured. And if you've got nothing going for you inside, you don't have any smarts or a sense of humor or anything, well, you're pretty well fucked, aren't you?
That's right. That's absolutely right. Yeah,
I
I
can't
don't
get
think
my
that.
dog
I don't. You can't
to
get your
come in
dog
the
to what?
house. To
Oh
come in the
no.
house. Nestor, come on. No, I know what he's doing. I'm just going to leave him out here. He's in the backyard. He'll be fine. He knows what he's doing. He's a big
What kind
boy.
of dog do you have?
I have a chocolate lab. His name is Nestor.
Hi, Nestor.
And I
Everybody say Nestor.
and
I have a Great
I have two
Dane
cats.
named Elijah.
I know all about Elijah. I be living for
Oh,
Elijah. Okay,
okay.
that's kind of why I watch. because sometimes I really just want you to flip the camera onto Elijah. I think you should make a channel devoted and dedicated to him because Great Danes, they're just special.
Yeah,
They're a
they are.
special
I mean,
dog. All dogs are special. They are.
but
All
Great
animals are
Danes are
special.
something different. There's something different
Yeah,
about Great Danes. Yeah,
they're
there really
gentle
is.
giants.
I had a
And
lot
they,
of dogs.
yeah.
When I was a little girl, we had Great Danes, but then I've had lots of other dogs since then, and so he's my
Hmm.
first one of my own as a grown up, and there's just something different about him. I don't know. He's my
Yeah.
heart dog.
I grew up with labs, and I've had a black lab, Baxter, who passed away in 2013. And now Nestor is pushing, he'll be 11 in December, and he's a chocolate
Oh,
lab. And then I grew up with them. And there's just something, they're another one of those that they have a very special personality and they love to be with their people. And
yes.
they don't judge. That's the best thing about animals. I
Yes.
mean, look, low key, sometimes I know my cats are judging because they gave me the most fucked up looks, especially Alice. But generally speaking, even if she is judgy, she still loves the shit out of me. So I can't but Nestor never judges. And he's seen me like fall over air, like trip on air and fall down. And
Oh
he
my God.
never, Alice will give me a dirty look like, oh my God, look at her. There
What
she
did you
goes.
just do,
But
Mom?
Nestor, yeah, you woke me up, you bitch. But Nestor will be like, hey, Bub, are you all right? That air is just the gravity shucks, doesn't it? It's just
Yeah.
gravity all in this room. So, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah, cats are always conspiring. They just got something going on in their head. They're always thinking
yeah,
how they're going to throw you over,
yeah,
screw you over in
yeah.
some way. Even though
And if there's,
we love
and if
them.
there,
We live for them.
yeah, and if, exactly.
Dogs
And if
live for
there's more
us.
than one, then they're cahooting, like,
Yes, yes, yes.
you know but I would never. I was talking to I can't I, my friends the other day, and I was like, I don't ever consider myself a dog or a cat owner. I mean, let's be real. Okay, I work for them. They have never once brought me food or water or rubbed my belly. Okay, they've never scooped my poop. I I don't own them. So I don't say I'm a dog or a cat owner, and they're my family. They're, my other children. They're my little fur babies, and I love them just
Yeah.
like my kids.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, but
Oh yeah. My dog is like this
anyway.
most spoiled fucking dog. He
Yeah, I know
is.
you
He
make them
knows it.
homemade dinner every night. It's great. You're a great dog mom. You really are. You really are a
I
great
also
dog
make
mom. You
my
are.
I also make my kids and my grandkids, when I can, homemade dinner too.
I do too.
So
I cook still. I still cook for my kids too. I
yeah.
have four of them. Two of them are they don't live in this state. They're back at home. But I have one of my adult kids with me, and then my 16-year-old daughter still living at home. So I still
Yeah, my
make
son
dinner for
is
everybody
my son
every
is
night.
autistic, but he's an adult. I cook for him every night. I mean
Yeah,
when he's home.
yeah.
And
Like
and lately,
I'm.
COVID, he's been home, so
Yeah, I gotta cook anyway, so I really don't.
I
I
love
don't mind it.
cooking. I
I
love
don't know what
cooking.
I would do if everybody left. I think I would be. I mean, I still have Nestor and Alice and Mac, but I would. I have
Start
friends
cooking
who have little
homemade
ones.
food for your dog. I'm telling you, you can
I'm
do it
gonna
for your
have to
cats too.
start too. I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to get a different hobby other than the YouTubes
Yeah.
because
It's
God,
cheaper. I make
yeah.
his meals a week in advance. Once a week I cook him dinner usually on Sundays. I cook the whole thing up, mix it up, and it's cheaper than kibble
And it's
for
healthier
me.
too. That kibble is not
Yeah,
good
oh
for
yeah.
them,
We're gonna start talking about
especially the
dog
big
poop.
dogs. Well, especially big dogs. Great
Yeah.
Danes, like, okay, so labs for the first 2 years, it's 14 human years. I think for Great Danes, it's like 16. They
Yeah.
grow as much in 1 year as we do in 16. So
I know.
it's, you know,
I got him at 13 weeks. I had to deal with the
oh,
breeder to keep him a little longer because I really, really believe in that bonding litter mate uh,
mm-hmm,
play, like time up. to 8 weeks is way too early, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I never had any. He was fully potty trained, even to my house when I got him. When I came in, he knew exactly to go to the door. Like there was so much that he was already trained to do just from being with
Oh,
his other mates. But he was 35 pounds at
yeah.
when the first time I actually physically went. Well, I got one, but I hadn't picked which one out yet. I just had the deal to
Hmm.
to get one of them. I hadn't actually. So when the first time I picked, he was 11 weeks when I went and actually picked him out,
Mm.
and he was 35 pounds then. When I picked him up, he was a little over 40. So he was
They're
like,
so cute at
yeah,
that age too. They're
I
so
know, so
roly poly.
clumsy. Oh, so
Yeah.
clumsy, so clumsy. He looked like a normal sized. Everybody thought he was a Weimaraner, a full grown Weimaraner when he was just a
Oh,
baby
yeah.
because of his color. But then they look at his feet and
Yeah,
say,
because
wait,
he's
that's
that
not a full
beautiful
grown dog.
gray.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful color. When I
Thank
got
you.
Nestor, he was 9 weeks, and I remember um, going to get him, and they had the mom and the dad on site, but they kept the puppies away from the parents. And I remember the mom and the dad. The dad was just talking. You know how labs, especially the chocolates. His dad and mom were chocolate, and they were. He was a talker. His dad was, and
Hmm.
before all this mess of puppies were out there, and I already knew I wanted a male, right? So she was getting the males out, and all this little fat little roly poly Hershey's Kisses were just everywhere. And
Oh,
I walked over to the dad, and I was like, "It's okay. I promise you, he's going to a good home, whoever I take." And the breeder said to me, she said, "Nobody ever does that." And I said, "Well, that's rude. I'm taking one of his kids. I feel like I should at least say hello, address him, say something, you know." But yeah, that's the kind of person I am. So it is what
yeah.
But
I didn't get to
I'm
meet
not a
Daddy, just
monster.
mommy. No, I just got to meet mommy, and she was great. She was great, but he's the best. He is the best.
They are the
I love
best.
him.
They just bring
He
so
is like
much joy to
literally
your life.
laying between me and my laptop right now because he's like, "Need attention," and I have to be
Right.
petting him the entire time, or he will knock my laptop. I'm like, I'm surprised my hand isn't like rubbed raw, but he's very soft, so that's okay.
Yeah.
He's a very soft dog.
See, that's what I like about labs is that now don't get me wrong. If I'm by myself, he wants to be near me, not on me. But let me go sit on the couch next to my husband, and then he will wedge he's at 110-pound butt in between us and put his head on my lap and his butt towards his dad because obviously, hello, he's got to
Yes,
protect
obviously,
me.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I'm the mom
Mine,
and I clearly need it.
yeah,
I trip
my
over
he.
air. I need to be supervised.
There you go. There you go. He does this funny thing where he has a club chair, like a leather club chair with the ottoman that he pushes the ottoman around the living room and like sits up on it
Hmm.
like to look out the window and stuff like that. It's very funny. Um, but he goes and sits in that club chair because it's like the perfect little size for him to be like snug in this chair. And then I have a love seat because I don't really have a big living room, right? And
Hmm.
when I'm cooking dinner or something, I might like go hang out on the love seat. The minute I get up off that thing, he will go sit in that spot when he never sits on that unless I have sat there right before. Yeah. But then I
See,
go to
they
sit
just
down and I can't
know.
get in the club chair. He'll climb in me. Yes. No, he just
They
wants to
just,
be, yeah,
yeah, they just
everywhere
know,
I am.
and they just want to be by their people. See, isn't this a much better conversation, you guys? I would
Well, it
much rather
is.
talk about this. Now, I understand that the other conversation was necessary, also because let's be honest, if most of us are part of this community because we first started out in true crime, and I'm a big believer in the punishing the right person for the right crime. So the details are important, and I don't want people
Right.
to think that she did something that she didn't actually do, because I do remember back when all this was going on, there were people that were just absolutely emphatic that she did not go to Springfield, and that's not true. She did go. Like, I'm not going to say that she did something that she didn't do, or that she didn't do something that I know she did. And she did go
Right.
to Springfield, you know? So she, and that part of what she said she was going to do as far as going and then, doing lives, she did absolutely do that part. She did do that part. It's the rest of it that was an issue. And and it's unfortunate. I don't know what happened or why things went the way they did. I don't know, you know, all I know is what the end result was.
Right.
Like I wouldn't say that this was her plan from jump because I don't know that. I'm not going to say that, but I just know how it ended, and it's unfortunate.
Right.
So
It absolutely is. And you're right.
yeah.
Details matter. And it's, the truth matters. The
Mhm.
truth matters. Context matters. Rewriting history is a thing people do to protect themselves, right?
Mhm.
And to cover things up. But it's good that there's so much. I mean, this is social media, right? Like there's so much
Mhm.
documentation. You can't hide for long.
No, you
And that's
cannot.
just, yeah.
And I mean, like I said last night, the people that from the towns of Opp and Geneva, Alabama, sought me out. I didn't seek them out. And I also want to say this too because I like to, anytime I have an opportunity, and I thank you for this, Holly, for letting me come up and explain things. And you've been very gracious and let me ramble and stuff and not interrupt, and I appreciate that. But none of us ever have done or would do anything to harass her daughter, either one of them, frankly. But
Agree.
I specifically the one who has the YouTube channel. Nor would we ever condone it. And I will say this: if I knew who it was, I would out them immediately. I would not protect
Right.
them. I would not roll with that kind of person. Nobody
I
that
agree.
I associate with, nobody that I'm friends with would do anything like this. Now, I'm not going to go and accuse anybody of doing it, okay? Because I know that there are people that will take advantage of a situation from um, from somebody's previous admittance, and I'm going to leave it at that. But I will say this: none of her children were ever attacked until she came to YouTube. I, there are
Yeah.
people that are opportunistic. And I think that there's one specific person who admitted to doing some things and has apologized for doing them. And it's very possible that somebody saw that and is continuing to take advantage of that situation. It's also possible that she's back at it. I don't know. I just know that we don't do it.
Right.
The
I don't do
people
it.
that I'm friends with, nor do we
Nobody I
condone it.
knows. Yeah. No, nobody I
Yeah.
know would do that. Nobody I know would do
And
that.
if you're one of
I
those people that's listening, that's doing it, fucking stop. She didn't do anything to you. Your beef is with her mom, and that's what it is. But do not bring her daughter into it. All she's got is a little cooking channel. She does her thing over there. She has a right to be on YouTube. Leave her alone. This has
and
nothing to do with her.
a lot of people are saying, and here's the thing that I think is also wrong, is that Natasha weaponizes her. She weaponizes it. She makes it into a nobody's going to talk about my child like this, like which is okay, which is fine because that's your daughter, right? That's okay. But saying leave kids out of it. Granny said this earlier, leaving kids out of it. I agree, but Hannah's not a child. She's an adult. So, not saying that this is okay. Let me caveat that. Let me
Right.
preface this. Not saying okay. So Hannah should not be left out because she's Natasha's child. She should be left out of it because she's not done anything.
Correct.
She's not done anything.
Correct.
That's why she should be
Correct.
left out of it, not because she's Natasha's child.
Correct. You're right.
If
That's a much better way of putting it.
yeah,
She's
if
never done
she
anything to anybody.
if she stands up for her mother, she should. That's her mother. That is her
Correct.
mother. They and
Absolutely.
do we think, oh well, how can they condone what their mothers do? Just think about it. Just think about it.
Mm-hmm.
If you do shitty things, your children don't turn their back on you. They don't. I mean, they don't. Not if you have a good relationship with your children. They have your back. They're not going to
Correct.
publicly say anything about it.
And I will
And
say,
so,
as her mod and knowing the limited, what you can know that somebody shows you, from
right,
what I have seen, they have a good relationship. And who are we to judge
that's right,
uh, what is a good relationship and what is not? I'm not,
right.
but to me, it appears that they have a good relationship. So of course she would defend her mother, but I don't even think that she's gone anywhere and done that publicly. You know what I mean? Like not on her channel or anything. I've never seen her engage with these people that leave comments on her page or whatever. Like she shouldn't be brought. You're absolutely right, Holly. That was a perfect way to put it. She's done nothing, therefore she shouldn't be punished as if she has, simply for being Natasha's daughter.
That's right.
That's
That's
exactly
what is
right.
happening. That is what is happening. I
Mhm.
think anybody that is a child, like under the age of 18, shouldn't be brought up,
Right.
period. Period.
Correct.
Not about anything. As an adult, she is at risk for being on YouTube like any of us are, right? And
Right.
there's just inherent issues that come from being on YouTube. So,
Correct.
but not because Natasha's her mom. That should not be the reason. That should not be the
Correct.
reason. And any child should defend their parent. And
Exactly.
when I say, and I've said it before, she doesn't know better, I don't mean that to be in any way. You cannot look at the behavior of your parents when you're close to your parents from an objective light. You can't. But she's not doing any of the things that Natasha's done, so she should just be left just completely left out of it. And
Correct.
I want to also say that to people like Siren, who will go off on somebody else's channel in defense of Natasha, not in defense of himself, but in defense of Natasha, or anybody else that goes after somebody that's just a sub or whatever. You remember, we're all somebody's children too. If we're going to use that
Mhm.
argument, we're all somebody's children. We're all somebody's sister, brother, aunt,
We're all somebody's
uncle,
something.
something. We're all
We're
somebody's
somebody's
something.
family. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
we're all
also
somebody's
all
family or
adults,
loved one.
and
Mhm.
we should be treated as such based on based on our behavior.
Correct. Correct. Like I don't know a whole lot about him, so I'm not going to like speak on him. I don't I don't watch her because I'm doing my own thing. It's just
Yeah.
I don't watch. So, I mean, I've caught some things here and there, but I can't and I won't because that's just not who I am. I don't typically like to like talk this her as a subject makes me incredibly uncomfortable. It's very difficult for me to I I'm careful with my words because I know how these YouTube streets are. I've been around for a long time. And
Mm-hmm.
what I don't want is somebody to clip what I say. And I can't control all the things. Like somebody could clip it, but I want to be very clear for the wider audience and let them understand what I am exactly saying, that I'm not bashing her, that I'm not saying anything negative about her. I'm speaking about what I know with respect to the files, and that is it.
Yeah.
Like
And
I
that's
can
all you
only
should.
speak to
That's all
what
you
I
should be.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're not going to talk about
like
that though, Lala. Like, if whatever, it's nothing. But she is an adult. She is an adult. So I mean, but we're not going to. But I just want. I don't want people. I don't want it weaponized like she is a child who is helpless and
she is
and
her
off
child.
limits.
She's not
She's
our
her child.
child,
She's
and
not
she's
a
not a
child.
child. Correct.
But if she were a child, then she should not have a channel on YouTube that is
Correct.
opened
Exactly.
for that kind of thing. I mean, really, if
Exactly. Exactly.
it
Like I
just that seems
wouldn't. That's a
weird.
lot of the reason I don't turn my camera on It isn't because I'm hiding anything. But
Oh my
to be
goodness, yeah,
fair,
right?
what difference does it make what I look like? You either believe the
Exactly.
words that are coming out of my mouth. What difference does the package make? The words are the
Exactly.
words. The brain is the brain. It has enough, and it's distracting. If first of all, I'm a fidgeter, okay, and you would never be able to focus on what I'm saying because I'm always fidgeting because
Me too.
I'm not comfortable speaking in public. I make myself do this. I've been burned on social media bad. Somebody very recently, in 20 at the end of 2020, doxed the shit out of me on YouTube. I'm talking about my address, my Facebook pictures, my children's pictures. Now, granted, three of them are adults. Okay,
Hmm.
that's still foul for no other reason than I said I wouldn't go live with him. I didn't like the behavior I was seeing from him, and I said, no, I don't like who you are. I don't want to go live. I have that right. You don't have the right to dox me. It's taken me a long time to work through all of that and then decide to come up on panels. That's how I be in chats and come up on panels and eventually have my own channel. It took me a lot of shit to work through because when somebody violates you like that you don't even know, from Adam's house cat or anybody else on these streets, especially the type of cow, especially what I found out, like, you don't, it fucks with you. It really does. And
Yeah.
so I would never do that to somebody else or participate in having that or cheer that on. I would never do that.
Yeah. No.
So I just want,
Mm-mm. Agreed.
I just want that to be clear that the OG ass hats, that's not, that ain't us. When
Yeah.
she stopped the covering the cases, and um, I guess she did some gifting groups or something else in the interim before she came back to Facebook with Chris Watts. I don't know what she was doing because guess what? I didn't care. You
Right.
know, like it had nothing to do with me. The only thing that I ever told the people from Geneva, my advice to them was, if you don't want her in your town, do what she's doing. You guys go to the businesses and raise a reward fund. You put the posters up yourself, do the vigil, whatever. What a fucking monster I am for that. That's all I ever did.
Yeah.
Not that she called me a monster or anything. I'm just saying, like, that's,
But you're the
you know,
worst. You're the
in
worst.
all caps too. Make sure
Yeah, the
you, like,
worst.
you got to yell it, yell it out, like me.
The
Say it with your
worst.
gut, Holly. The worst. I'm the
Yeah, the
worst.
worst.
She's the worst.
Well, yeah, the worst are the ones who call her out like on her bullshit with facts, you know?
Yeah.
If she can't refute it, she just calls you names. That's the thing. There's that guy that goes up on her panel right now, Ben something. Last night
Oh,
he's last night he asked the question, which has been asked many times of the and Natasha channels. Do any of these people, besides I think said besides Kim and Crafton, do any of them ever go on cam? And I was like it was some kind of big like aha, like look what does that do with anything? I've said before, I don't like my face. I wouldn't want to sit here and look at myself on the screen. Like just I wouldn't.
yeah,
And and it would make me feel wildly uncomfortable. I would probably not be able to speak as well as I can. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, but I don't like it. I don't want to be picked apart for my looks, you know? Even though it doesn't bother me, I don't
exactly.
want to have to deal with that bullshit.
Right.
So so but the thing is I could look like a supermodel, or I could look
Yeah.
like a dog. What comes out of my
Right.
mouth does not change.
I could
What I am
literally be
saying,
this monkey. That's my
and that monkey's
avatar. I
very
could
cute.
totally look like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I could totally look like that. And they would
And it
say,
wouldn't
somebody
change what
would
comes
say
out of your mouth.
something.
Yes.
Exactly. And that's and the other thing is that I learned a long time ago from just learning from being on social media, how easy it is for the right kind of people with the bad kind of intentions that can see things in the background of wherever you're at and
Mhm.
pick out things and
Oh,
find you.
yeah.
And my home is my sanctuary. I deserve that.
Right.
Everybody's home is. And I don't, that's the thing. I can see who's in my chat, right? You can see who's in your chat because they're talking to you, but you don't see the people that are just watching. And I don't know who they are. So I have to protect myself. And I would, for my channel, for what I do on my channel, I would much rather have people focus on the content and
Yes.
take an issue with that than take an issue with my physical looks.
Right. Exactly.
That's how I feel. I
Exactly.
think it makes people have to deal with what you're actually saying and rather than your physicality. I
Right.
just, it's just me. That's
Nobody
how I think. But I
wants to
don't
see
be
me laying half reclined under my dog because he's like
like nobody.
got
I'm right.
all
What
his
do you want
paws
to
on me right
see?
now.
I mean, I'm sitting in my room. You want to see my extensive Star Wars collection? Like, who think? I mean, I'm sure there are some people that would love to see that, but by and large, or not by and large, but there would always be people who'd be like, "She's like 44. What is she doing with all that?" Well, I'm 44, and I grew up loving Star Wars. I will always love Star
Me
Wars. That's the
too.
way. That's it is. Maybe I do have a Darth Vader voice changing mask. Maybe one of these days I'll go live and use that.
I'm
And you
gonna
can
come
all
live
hear
as a
me
sock puppet.
deliver. I love that idea. I think that is so great. And there
I will
are some
probably come up
impressions that I
someday,
could do. Yeah, I will too, but
but
not
I don't.
but but on my
When I feel
terms,
like it.
not because
Yeah, that's right.
somebody not like I'm not in grade school anymore, okay? Like I get the rules of the playground. I still live by the rules of the playground, but I'm also an adult. And you're not going to get me to cam up by triple dog daring me. Sorry, it just ain't going to happen. I don't roll
That's right.
like that.
It's
I'll
not
do
gonna.
it on my time.
That's right. It'll just make me dig in more.
Exactly. I'm an Aquarius. I can be exceedingly stubborn when I want to, and I'll also argue just to argue. I don't even care. Sometimes, and I found myself doing this, taking a side that I don't even really believe in just to have the back and forth. I've done it just to argue one loophole or another. I've done it. I love to argue. I should have been a lawyer. Everybody tells me that all the time. Maybe I'll
People
start
tell
a
me that all the
PayPal
time too.
pool.
They tell me I should have been a lawyer or should have been a radio DJ.
I get lawyer or nurse because I know about medical
I
stuff
just
because my dad
I've
is a
never
nurse.
yeah. I've never been told that I should be a lawyer or a dog whisperer. That's what I should be as a
I
dog whisperer. No, and I'm just kidding. I'm not like
You
at all
should
the
be if
dog
you
whisperer.
can't. I'm a dog whisperer. I
I'm
remember I
not.
used to dog sit for one of my friends, and they had a dog that they call bless her Riley. They called her a clearance dog because bless her heart, she had been institutionalized. She basically grew up in the
Oh,
shelter. Like she'd get sprung for a couple of months, and then they would return her. And so,
oh,
yeah,
that
so
breaks
I
my
would come over,
heart.
right? Like, can you imagine? And that's what I get so upset about with people because, like, can you imagine being an animal and all you know is these people? One day you get in a car and you brought to a building that smells like fear because every other animal is experiencing that. Only you can't tell anybody how you feel because you can't, the only people that can understand you and speak your language can't communicate to the humans. So you're host. It breaks my heart. So anyway, they had me watch her. And she used to just do shit as a test. Like, if I break this, will they send me back? And I remember sitting out in the backyard with her and I had my arm around her and she used to get really tense with that, right? And over time she started to relax. And one day I was over there because we were friends too. And I sat down on the couch and she just came up and laid on me. And
Aw.
my friends were like, she's never done that before. And I needed fixing. I was going through some stuff myself at that time. And I will always say we fixed each other. Riley and I fixed each other. She needed to know that uh, there wasn't anything that she was going to do and she was accepted. And I needed to know that too. So we fixed each other.
Yeah, my
So,
dog saved my life. He was a puppy, but he saved my life for sure.
yeah. I
He
mean,
wasn't.
let's be
I
honest.
didn't.
If
I've rescued dogs, but I bought. I mean, well, I didn't buy this dog, but it was bought for me. But I wanted to My ex bought it for me as a break present. What a great breakup present, though, right?
Right?
What a great breakup
I
present.
can think of some other not so great breakup presents that
Yeah,
you could have
but
gotten, but a dog.
yeah, but a dog like this dog specifically. But he knew I wanted a great. He knew I wanted for my tempo, for the speed that I'm out. I want a chill ass
Hmm.
fucking dog that just wants to cuddle. That's all I want,
Hmm.
and that's what I got.
Yeah,
So I
that's,
paid. Well, he paid for it, but Jim
I,
Ross is talking
Nest,
about tits. I'm sure somebody got him. Sorry,
oh,
there's a
wonderful.
troll in chat, but I'm sure
Oh,
my
I'm
my got him.
sure.
Yeah,
So yeah, like Nestor is I did purchase him, but I've rescued both of my cats. So Mac, bless his heart, was also, I think we're his third people. And unfortunately, the last time he was surrendered was right at the beginning of COVID. So he stayed like a little while in the shelters. Although Florida didn't shut down the way the rest of the world did, it did shut
I
down a
know.
little for a little while. Yeah. And so he was a little institutionalized when I got him, and it took him a minute to realize, like, oh, okay, I'm going to stay here. You're sure?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. You know, so I,
That's
I
awesome.
think if, I know Nestor's not going to be around forever, and I don't think I'll ever buy another animal. I think if I get any more animals, that they'll be rescues from now on, only because I was nervous with dogs because I had kids, and people do incredibly cruel things to animals, and some animals rebound from it and some don't. And I
Right.
never wanted to take that chance because I never wanted my kids to be scared of dogs, and none of them are.
That's right.
They all
That's
love
right.
animals, they're all good to them. And but now that I'm older, I'm not old, but I'm 44, I'm getting there, every day. These kids are just dragging me with them, and I don't fucking appreciate it. They need to stop. But it's more like a me thing. Like I have the time and the energy and attention to devote to fixing an animal. Like, they need it, they
Right.
deserve it. They didn't ask
Right.
to be domesticated. We did that to them. They used to be
That's
wild.
right. That's right.
So
My dog loves my grandson, like loves him, like is obsessed with him. And but
mhm.
my grandson likes him, but doesn't like him at the same time. I don't know because my dog is so big and he likes to lean on people and he knocks my grandson over all the time. Like when he sees him, his whole body wiggles like worm and he knocks him over every time. Like he just runs right into him and trying to lean on him and knocks him over all the time. And he's like, "Why can't you get a small dog?" He's just
Because
like,
small dogs don't typically like children.
yeah, but he
They feel
loves.
the same way about children as children do about big dogs. They're
That's
intimidating.
right. Yeah, but he loves my grandson. Oh my God, my grandson. We can't go on walks with my grandson because he cannot relax when my grandson is on the walk because my grandson will run ahead and like go into the bushes
Hmm.
or between the trees or whatever, and my Elijah cannot just chill. He's like
No,
on
no, because
guard
he's got to
watching him.
watch.
Yeah,
Of
the entire
course,
time.
that's his
Like, oh my God, oh
people.
my God, somebody could get him. Yep, like all the
Yep,
time. It's crazy.
he's going to get snatched.
It's
This is
crazy.
how kids get snatched. I watch the news. I know what's happening. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
yeah. Nestor loves kids.
and
Loves,
we're
loves,
not
loves,
even
loves
in an
kids.
area that's like he can actually disappear, but he'll just like run around a bush, or around a tree, a single tree, and he'll be like, "Oh, he just
This
can't
is
chill."
unsafe.
Yeah,
Completely
he
unsafe. I
doesn't
can't
like
handle this.
he doesn't like actual WALKs. Like he just likes to go out and pee and come right back in, or poop and
Oh,
come
I
right back in.
see. I see.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
not a
Nestor is he loves it. He loves it.
yeah,
There's
no, he's not a big. He likes car rides. He likes riding
yeah,
in
so
the
does
car with his
Nestor.
head out the window. But that's
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that has to do with COVID because I used to because we weren't going to work every day, which is I used to take him
Yeah.
to work with me every day. So since we weren't doing that after work, I would take him on car rides and just roll the window down during COVID and just there was nothing to do. There was no places to go, no places because we used to go into the bookstore and we used to go to Home Depot just to, get him kind of used to people and stuff. And once COVID
Mm-hmm.
hit, there was no doing that. So we just went on these long ass car rides and he loves those. So he's used to that's how he gets his
Co-
exercise is sticking in his window.
No, COVID really fucked
He's
shit up for all of us humans. And let me just be clear, none of us have come back from it. I don't think, I knew
no
we were never going to be the same, right? Because how can you be? It's sort of like 9/11, right? We're not the
right.
same after that when something happens, but you
Yeah, the whole
adapt.
world,
And
the whole world.
none of, we're still not right after this COVID. Like
No,
none of us know how
we
to
ain't gonna
act.
be
I
right.
don't know how to act. No, we're never going to be right. And
I
we
don't
can't
want to
expect
not
our
take a
animals to be right
yeah, I don't want to
either.
not wear a mask. I'm like, I can we please just keep wearing a mask because people don't come up to
You
me
know,
in the grocery or people don't talk to me.
it's
It's great.
it's kind of nice, isn't it? This social
Yeah,
distancing. Look, I'm obviously, I know you and I are close enough in the same age, so we're Gen Xers, right? We were
yeah, yeah.
built for this.
Absolutely
We
built
did
for this.
fine.
We
We're
social
we
distanced from
bef-
childhood.
correct. We're latchkey kids, okay?
Yep.
Hello. We were built for this. The rest of the
We were
world was
built to
like
sit at
falling
home
apart,
and
and
eat ramen.
correct. And thus Gen Xers are like, what the fuck is the big, this is great. Can this last? And then it lasted. And then I was like, all of a sudden I wanted to go places. Right. And then as soon as I could go places, I was like, I don't want to go places. I don't know where these people's hands have been. I know people don't wash them. I love the masks. It's the best thing ever. I love social distancing. I don't want to
Yeah,
make idle conversation. I'm not really a people person, honestly. I prefer dogs. People's
me too.
behavior doesn't make sense to me. Animals' behavior makes sense. They don't act
I'm
like assholes for no reason. They do, it's something has happened. Where
yeah.
people, I'm just like, what the fuck? All the
I
time.
think for people something has happened too, but we just have the ability to rational thought. We're not prey driven, we're not
Hmm.
instinct driven. So we have the ability to rationalize things that dogs don't. You know,
Correct.
we have the
Correct.
ability to see things from really dogs see things in very black and white. How is this going to benefit me? How is this going to harm me? Like
Yeah.
really. And so it's
When
like,
you
yeah, so
talked
go
about
ahead, sorry.
socially opportunistic predators, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
That's okay.
and explained what they were and that dogs are. I've never been able to look at Nestor the same. I look at him sometimes and I think, now, are you behaving because you want to behave because this is the way you, or is this some form of fucked up ass manipulation on your part?
It's absolutely manipulation.
It is absolutely manipulation. He's perfectly capable of getting on the counter. He could counter surf if he wanted to. He's tall enough, right? But he never does. I can leave food and like on the coffee table, right, and go have a cigarette and leave him unattended, and he won't eat it. And I used to think, look how smart he is. There are other dogs that wouldn't give a fuck. They would rather
Yeah.
get yelled at because they wanted that taco, and they don't care. They got no
See, now
regrets.
I have not tested it too heavily. He does not seem to respect the boundaries of the kitchen. If he can get in the kitchen, he will try to eat everything in the kitchen. But if I put
Oh,
food down for him, he will wait until I tell him to eat it. He will sit and wait for
isn't
me to
that
say okay.
interesting?
Yeah, but
That's
the kitchen,
interesting.
it is like I still have yet to get him to respect the boundary in there with me. I haven't,
Hmm.
and the other thing is if my grandson is eating, he will take food right the fuck out of my grandson's hand. But
Oh,
me, he will just sit there and wait. But
that's
it is
interesting. Well, he's still
it
young
is
too.
he is still yeah, he's not 3. He'll be 3 next month. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
he's still a
still there's
baby.
yeah, so there's like it the way he views my grandson is almost like his brother, like another puppy. So he's like,
Correct.
well, I'm going to take it from you because
Correct.
oh my gosh, I can walk out of the room. He will not take it from him if I'm there. If I walk out of the room, he will take it from him. So we're
Oh,
working on
wow.
that. But he's not here enough for me to work on it solidly,
Yeah, they got to be around a
So,
lot. It's got to be like all
yeah.
the time. Like when I had Baxter, my black lab, he was 7 when my youngest daughter was born. So he pretty much raised her, right? And he would never take food out of her hand. And he was actually really good because you know how they go when they're 2 and they go through that phase where they don't want to sit down and eat. They want to just keep moving and they just want to like grab and go. So I used to put like little plates of like finger foods, cheeses, stuff like that. And I would put it on the end tables or the coffee table or whatever. And Baxter would never eat from them, and he would never eat out of her hand. And even he was really good. Even if she dropped it, he would wait to see if she noticed that she dropped it. Not an incredibly long time, but long enough. And if she didn't notice it, then he would eat it. And she would also, when she would sit in the high chair, she would throw food on the floor for him. He would clean the high chair. He was, and Nestor's like that too. He won't get into the trash. He's never gotten into the trash. He's never jumped up on the counters or snatched food out of anybody's hand. I think it has to do with the fact that I taught my children, and I don't think your grandson's doing this. I don't want you to misunderstand me, but not to pretend they're handing it and then take it back. Maybe that had something to do with it, because I noticed some kids tend to do that. I don't know. Maybe because they were all, I don't know. Maybe I just got fucking lucky. Maybe I just got lucky.
I don't know what dogs. It is, because like I do the thing where I did the thing when I taught my dog Gentle, is I would put something in my hand and like a treat and hold it out. And if he moved too fast, I would pull my hand back and say Gentle. And then I put it forward again. And if he moved too fast towards it, tell he was moving very slow, because he's got a big mouth and he's also a big dog. And when you're trying to take something out of your hand, he could hurt you just on accident. You know what I mean? And so I always taught him Gentle. I taught him Gentle all the way to taking food out of my mouth. Like I'll put a piece of string cheese, like a chunk of string cheese.
Is that not the best when they just take it with their lips? It's just the best.
Yeah. And so I taught him Gentle that way, from doing that. But I would have never taught him that using my grandson. You know what I mean?
Well, obviously, no.
And so now when he knows, when I say Gentle, that he knows to move his mouth softly and slowly. That is what gentle means. And so he is like right now, so funny. He's got his legs completely all the way out, pressed right up against my chest, right into my tits. Like, it does not feel good.
They're just the best. I mean, I think maybe part of the reason that the dogs behave for me the way they did is because I raised them with the kids. Like, they all kind of grew up together. Like, Baxter was a puppy when I had the older three. They were like 2, 3, and 4 when I got him. So over the time, like, I just always raised children and puppies, and I just raised them all together. I didn't take, because I was outnumbered. So you can't, like, it is true. Kids and dogs can. Right? Yeah, no, nobody. It was just, I had my husband, but he was at work all the time. So for the most part, I was, and I was a stay-at-home mom. So for the most part, I was friggin' outnumbered. So like, I could never show fear. Right.
Right. So you had, because kids and dogs. It was a matter of survival. Yes.
Correct.
Survival. You had to be the apex predator in the whole thing.
Correct. And then I would go in the shower or the bathroom, like when everybody would be in bed, and just doubt the shit out of myself, but then be grateful at the same time. Well, clearly everybody survived today, including me. So I'll call it a success. And they're all grown up and doing their own thing. So I must have, and they're not knocking off liquor stores or terrorizing people on the internet. They're all productive members of society. So whatever mess ups I made weren't that bad.
That's right. I would say that I did raise him at the beginning with my grandson, because my grandson was with me all the time before COVID. And then COVID hit. My daughter is a bartender. She was out of work for 4 or 5 months, before even after we started opening back up, the bars weren't open up. She was a bartender in a sushi restaurant. So they were doing takeout, but there was no bar service, So
people weren't sitting at the restaurant. Yeah.
Right. So for months and months, I didn't have him, and so it was very inconsistent, with my grandson being there. But the first few months, he was with him all the time. And that's why he's obsessed with him. I mean, he's obsessed with him. But I also think
his brother.
Yeah, and he's only 8. Yeah, he's only 8 right now, but he is learning. I am teaching him how to do, commands without sounding bossy and how to do commands
Mm-hmm.
without repeatedly saying the same thing over and over. You say it once and you just wait. You just wait
Yeah, because
and you
they're
let
not
them.
listening after the 50th time. They promise. They
Yeah,
heard you the first time. Dogs do not.
yeah.
They've got
And if they're
excellent
not,
hearing.
yeah, and if they're not going to do it, and plus my dog, Great Danes, just do this. They move slower. He hears me. He knows what I want. He just has to like. It's like his
It's
brain.
a lot to
What you?
move.
Yeah, he's like,
And
okay.
he's like a
I have this.
teenager,
Yeah,
too. He's all
he's
arms and legs. It's
yeah.
ambly. You know what
He's
I'm saying?
definitely
Gangly. With
all arms and legs.
yeah, like
He's
they can't help it. It's not their fault.
he's trying to punch me in the
Aw.
face right now. he keep he keeps lifting his arm up like he's gonna put it on my face. I have to keep pushing it down because he's. I mean, he like a punch. I don't know if you've ever seen. I'm a part of a Great Dane group where people post their injuries from their Great Dane all the
Oh,
time.
really?
It's like black eyes, big ass scratches on their back. It's like, that's the one thing he does not do is he does not jump. That's the one thing I taught him he was not going to do. Like that was not going to. He did try. He did try when he was younger, but he does not unless I ask him to come up, he does not jump.
Yeah, no, Nestor's good like that too. He's not a jumper, but because he's big. I mean, 100.
Yeah.
Listen, I know a Great Dane is huge, but 110 pounds is nothing to sniff at. And
For
sometimes
for a lab,
Nestor
that's
knows
a good
that.
size lab. That is a good
Yeah,
size
and
lab.
he's not a chubber either. I'm really proud of him. He's been neutered since he was young. And he's not like he still has his curve like they're supposed to have between their belly and their hips where it dips in. You know, they're
Yeah.
not. He's not like a sausage. He's like I said, is it he going to be 10 or 11 this year? See, this is where the memory goes.
25.
I feel like 10 or 11. I think is 11. I think is right. I think that's
Which
right.
would be about the time for
So
him to start getting chubby.
yeah,
It's
but
funny to me that
now
that people think dogs are overweight or underweight when they're healthy. I had a
hmm
Jack Russell Terrier, and Jack Russell Terriers are lean dogs. They're not. He was a Parson Russell Terrier, which is
my
the
sister
long
had Jack
leg.
Russells.
Yeah,
hmm
but he had the longer legs, not the shorter legs. So
hmm
he looked like a just a normal terrier, right? And
Right.
we had a fenced in a kennel backyard, like it was chain link fence backyard.
hmm
Um, well, not the whole backyard, but where he was at nighttime. If he was, or at daytime, if he was inside during the day, um, he was he was just too he was just too smart
Hyper.
for his own. Yeah, hyper and stuff. So he had to be outside where he could run and play all the time, right?
Yeah, they're
And at
worker
night
dogs.
and at night he had to be kenneled because if anybody moved in their sleep, he had to go check on you. No matter where
hmm
he was, he had to go check on whoever was moving. And you couldn't
Yeah.
close a door between you and that dog. And that
Mm-mm.
was like, otherwise he was like, I need to know you're all okay. And so he was
Yeah, I
kenneled. So
haven't
we
gone
had
to
this,
the bathroom by myself since 1995.
yeah. So we
I
had
have a
this
whole
big,
army in there with me. Get it?
2,500 square foot 2,500 square foot kennel in the back
Oh
front,
wow.
like yeah, bigger than my house. And at the time, bigger than the house. But the neighbors called animal control on me because they said I was starving the dog
Oh
because they
wow.
thought he was skinny because he had that curve up under his, between his hips and everything. He was defined, and he was
That's how
just
the
very.
yeah.
Animal control came out, and they looked at him and they're like, "What the fuck are these people talking about? Your dog is not fat. That's all. Your dog just isn't fat." And he's obviously very well exercised, but you could see his
Clearly.
ribs. You couldn't see his ribs. I think Elijah probably is a little on the chubby side, uh, just a little bit, but that's because he's lazy. But he's not fat by any means.
Right.
He just probably, but he's 140 pounds, which is small for a Great Dane. It's average
Yeah,
for a
I was
male.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's not
real
to
right
me.
on the nose, average. It's not that big, but it's not skinny either. But he just a
Right.
little, and I think it's because I feed him homemade. I mean, he's just a little pudgy, not
Look,
pudgy.
all of us
I'll
have
have to post a picture of him full length so you guys can judge if he's fat or not.
As
You could
I
tell me
have
to,
gotten a little older, I've gotten a little chubble around some specific areas, particularly
yeah,
the belly. I'm
yeah.
working on the lunch lady arms are trying to come, and I'm like, no, I don't
No,
want lunch
oh
lady
man,
arms. But
I let go of that shit like 15 years ago. I was like, I don't fucking care anymore.
okay, this is my deal with
I
that.
want to
I
eat.
I have a small head. Okay. So
Oh,
if
okay.
I gain weight, what happens is my body, I look like a fucking turtle, right? Because I got a chubby body and then a little head, right? And I feel like, and maybe it's only my perception, but I've seen pictures of myself and I look like a fucking turtle. So I have to try to stay, you know, somewhat decent, right? Like I'm not just, I'm not crazy. I used to be crazy about it, but I'm not anymore. Like I've like relaxed a lot about it, but I'm also um, lazy and I don't particularly like to go clothes shopping. So I try to maintain my weight so that I don't have to go up a size in clothes
Yeah.
because I'm lazy and that's how I roll. But yeah, I remember my mom and dad had a chocolate lab, Fagin, and so there's the standard lab, but then in Texas they have a breed called the King Lab, but they're still labs, but they're bred to be bigger. And they would take Fagin to the vet, and the vet was forever like, she's overweight. You've got to put her on a diet and whatnot. And she was miserable because they wanted her to be like 65 pounds, and there was no way she would be healthy at 65 pounds. Her frame was too big. So I used to drop the kids off at my mom's house, and then I would take the dogs because I didn't want to be by myself, right?
Hmm.
So I would, on the way home, I would have Seamus was the yellow lab, and he would ride in the front, and Fagin would ride in the back. And I would stop by Jack in the Box, and all three of us would get the ultimate cheeseburger. And my mom used to get so mad. Jen, I can smell it. I can see the cheese in Fagin's teeth. Yes, you did get her a cheeseburger. Yes, you did. No, Mom, I didn't. Maybe I dropped cheese on the floor. No, you didn't, Jen. You got her a cheeseburger, and you know it. I can smell the Jack
Smells
in the
like
Box
beef
in your
and cheese.
car. It smells like Jack in the Box and guilt. So, but I couldn't, they were my buds, Seamus and
Well, that's
Fagin.
the
That's
thing
that's
is
where
like,
my love came from them.
yeah, my dog, he doesn't overeat. He eats twice a day. Eats a pound of food in the morning, 1 pound and 1 pound at night, which is, I mean,
Hmm.
that's a good amount of food. And it is actually just, and let's a little bit of kibble, just a tiny bit of really high quality kibble, just
Hmm.
because his it's like stew, right? And so
Hmm.
he enjoys the crunch. Maybe that's just me
No, it's
projecting
good
that
for
on
their
him. Like,
teeth.
yeah.
It's good for their
So,
teeth. Dogs who
well,
have only
give
soft food lose their
yeah,
teeth, they say.
I give him raw chicken though, so like
Oh,
chicken
okay.
wings for the teeth thing. So he gets to
Oh,
chew
oh,
up,
well, that makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
bones. But
Well,
the
you're smart.
kibble
I
just,
should have
I don't
known
know.
that.
I kibble, I just don't know why. I just feel like it just feels like the crunch, the texture would be more apt. I don't know. He probably would be okay without it. I'm just being me. But
I
so
don't
just a
know
little bit
because
of
I think
kibble.
they know better, Holly. I know that Nestor
Yeah,
knows that
maybe.
the food that comes out of the cold box and the hot box is decidedly better than the food that comes from the bag. Like
Right.
he knows.
Oh
So
yeah.
Elijah
Well, no,
knows.
I'm
They
sure of
know.
it now. I'm sure if I had to go back to kibble, he wouldn't eat.
Yeah,
There's no way he
yeah,
would eat. Like he'd be like, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is
yeah,
this?"
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know there's
So,
been some times when I've tried to change. Okay, so um, because I'm very conscious of his weight, and I think moving to Florida has been really good for him because my Baxter had arthritis as he got older, and the cold, and the cold makes it worse. And Texas does get cold, but Florida does not. So I don't know if that's
mhm,
helped, and plus the weight keeping him, but he's never been like Baxter was an eater. Like you would have to regulate his food. Where Nestor is a grazer. He won't always finish his bowl of food. He picks. And he's always been that way. I mean, not when he was a puppy. They're voracious little eaters when they're puppies, but he's a grazer. So that's been good. But I changed to weight maintenance. And let me just say this. I know he cannot read, but whatever is different about weight maintenance, taste wise, I got the dankest look. Like he went over to his bowl, he put his head down, he looked at it, and he turned around and he shot me this face. Like, bitch,
Well, you've
really?
had
I
like
need to be
light
on weight
screen, right?
maintenance. That's what I know. And the look, the face he made. Like, look, I've seen you naked, okay? That ass of yours is looking like a car lot after a fucking hailstorm. All right. You've got some dents, hooker, and you're putting me on weight maintenance. What
Speak for
happened to
yourself,
we're
lady. Yes.
correct? Maintain
Yeah.
your weight, bitch.
That's
So
funny.
yeah. Yeah.
I
They
hope I ever
know.
have to put him on any kind of diet. I really do love feeding. But I mean, I like quite honestly, he uses every bit of nutrition. There's not extra, there's
Hmm.
not he's not eating extra or it would be coming out in his poop, you know what I mean?
Right,
That's what
right,
they
right.
say that because that's what
That's
the
what they
kibble
say.
does. We always got to revert to dog poop. Always,
It's
always. Every
look,
live I talk about dog poop. Every single one.
poop is important. Everybody poops. And you listen,
Yes,
I'm of the belief that if the poop ain't good, the day is bad. Just go back to bed
that's
and
right.
try tomorrow.
That's right. That's
Pooping is
right. Just start.
important.
Just put that day in the toilet. Literally.
Correct. Literally. Because it's just going to be downhill from this, not going to get better from there. So yeah. But
Are your dogs
anyway.
butt sniffers? Crotch sniffers? He's a
Every
big crotch sniffer. Oh my god.
no.
It's so rude.
He is a head butter. Like he'll
Headbutt you in
approach
like the
you.
stomach or whatever.
Yeah, but it's more of like a poke. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't hurt, and then he like whips his body around and hits you with his ass. It's like he just knocks you around, and then he
Hi
sits
Tara. Oh yeah, no,
on your feet, and
he's a butt
it's like
sniffer.
it's Florida. It's forever
He's a
chunkle of
crotch
weather
sniffer.
here.
Oh no, he's a crotch sniffer.
Yeah, no,
I
Nestor doesn't
can't.
care about that shit.
Yeah, well, I tell because he likes to sniff my daughters a lot, right? He likes to stick
Oh,
his
okay.
right in her butt all the time. And she's like, could you please stop that? And I said, he's checking out your social media. That's how dogs
He
check
really
out.
is.
That's like how dogs
He's
like
checking.
socialize. He's like saying,
Correct.
"What you do today? Where you been? Where you
Exactly.
been?"
That's how they text. That's how they test your everything, your
Yeah,
mood. Like I even joke and will say, like dogs can tell. That's how they know when you're going to have a seizure or you're having anxiety and stuff. It's all the
it's by your smell.
pheromones.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
exactly, and that's why they sniff each other's butt. It's not rude. We find it to be socially unacceptable because we don't do it. But think about the
But
things that we
all
do that
dogs,
they probably find
most
socially
dogs would do it.
unacceptable.
Most dogs would do it if they could reach it. A lot of dogs
Correct.
cannot reach there, so they just don't.
Correct.
So they sniff your feet instead.
Exactly.
He also
exactly.
he does lean. He does lean a lot when he likes people. When he likes people, he'll push his butt right up against you. After he's inspected you, he turns around and pushes his butt and try to lean on you or sit on you.
That's a hug for a dog, I feel like.
I'm surprised
That's
he's not
akin to a hug.
He's trying to push me off my bed right now. I'm surprised he hasn't started howling yet or doing the Chewbacca because it's past dinner time right now.
I've heard him do that before, and I think it's adorable. Nestor's a talker, and he. But
he only talks to me when he needs to.
Me.
He only talks to me when he needs to.
Speaking of talking, did you know that cats didn't always meow? That they developed that skill in order to communicate with us. They don't do it to each other.
Really?
Yes.
But what about in the wild, like the wildcats?
They don't actually.
They don't meow,
there's
but they
a difference.
Roar.
No, they roar or they have noises when they are about to beat
but they only
and brawl,
make the other
right?
noises when they're in zoos and stuff.
Yeah, but like the meowing that cats do to you, domestic
Right.
cats. I don't know about like actual like wild cats are, but domesticated cats weren't meowers. I mean, they had growls and stuff that they do to one another, but that meowing that they do to us is for us. They learn to adapt
Interesting.
to us. I know, I found that fascinating. And did you also know that when a cat is squinting at you, that's their smile?
Huh. I
Yeah.
always thought they were
So do it
trying to
back
kill
to
me.
them. Mm-mm. I thought so too. I was like, what the fuck are you squinting at? You sizing me up? You checking me, boo? No, they're smiling at you. That's how they do it. I find so squint back and see what they do. They'll do it back to you even more. They love it. Mac does it all the time. Like he walks up to you and squints. That's him smiling. That slow blink that they do, though, that's them putting your ass together. When they give you the
Yeah.
slow blink, they're sick of your shit right there. That's it. They've had enough. But yeah, the squints they do at you, that is their smile. Yeah.
Tira Nicole, I do not know why Mr. Bullock is suggesting to eat cat food or anything like that. I don't know if he's one of the people that just like to come in. I mean, even if he is a troll, guys, even if they are trolls, as long as they are playing by the rules, they can be trolls, okay?
I mean, listen, um, I wouldn't try cat food mainly because I don't like the way that
Well,
it smells. It's the same reason I don't eat eggs. I don't
yeah.
like the way they
Hold on,
smell.
hold on just a second.
Okay.
Jack, Lala is being a troll. That is Lala. She's being a troll. She's posting things that are not actually the channels. Yeah, Jack, she's being a troll.
Oh,
I see what
Lala.
you're saying. Yeah, because she's being a troll. So she went down a rabbit hole into Saturday Night Live, she said, and so she's being a troll.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So but anyways, we just like it if as long as they are respectful, they're not calling names, trolls need love too. Yep. As long as they play by the rules, they can be here trolling and saying their BS. So
That's
yeah.
why I like your
But yeah.
chat, Holly. You just let you're not a quick to boot and block kind of people. Look, everybody can make their own decision. Just because somebody suggests that you eat cat food, it's on up to you whether you decide to take that suggestion or not. We're all
That's right.
grown-ups.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
was
what's
on
the
here
worst that could
suggesting
happen if you try it?
you throw up, I suppose. I mean, last night I was here suggesting that the lonely men go get themselves a cantaloupe. I explained to them how they could use it to
I
masturbate.
watched
So,
that, and you know what I thought? I thought it was very interesting, and why you suggested the cantaloupe because of its size would be handy in the microwave, which I thought was genius. But I wanted to tell you, they do make round watermelons, but I think that the skin of the
yes, but
watermelon
watermelons
is
would be
so
too
thick.
picky.
I think so,
Yeah,
and I think the skin of the watermelon would make it very difficult to microwave and get to the
yeah.
just the
Oh,
right
yeah, yeah.
temperature. So I can see where you
Right.
were going with that cantaloupe. That was genius. That was genius. And you gave the warning too. Finger test
Yes.
first. That's
Yes,
important.
yes.
Lest
Very,
you burn things.
very good. Make sure you don't want to burn yourself, especially there.
Correct. Correct. If you burn, you only have one of those. You have nine other
Yeah, you have
fingers.
10 fingers.
If you
Yeah,
burn one, you're all right. So you got nine, you're only
yeah,
down one, you got nine good ones. You only got one,
yeah.
you know,
Sugar beet.
pee pee.
Did anyone check their local produce section today?
There's
Oh
going
my
to be
gosh.
Holly Lewis in the news causes mass cantaloupe shortage worldwide.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, Jen, I really appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna go because Melissa Jade's coming
Yeah.
live in with
Yeah, yeah,
trivia,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Game of Thrones trivia in a half, well, 25 minutes. I think, is it still 25 minutes? I don't know if the time has changed, but
No, I think it's still
um,
10. I plan to attend.
yeah, so we all go binge watch all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones within the next 25 minutes. And if anybody, just thinking of Game of Thrones, there's a guy called the Redneck Liberal. I can't remember his real name. He might be on YouTube, but on Facebook, He is. He did a recap every week of the last season of Game of Thrones that fucking killed me. Every fucking, I can't remember
Oh,
his real name. Oh yes, on Facebook Watch or whatever, Facebook
mm-hmm.
videos. Just go the liberal redneck. The liberal redneck. That not redneck liberal. One of the two. He's a comedian and he's funny as shit. And he's Southern, got that Southern, but he dressed up like Jon Snow and did a recap of every episode after just of the last season. I wish he would have done it for the entire series, but he was so fucking funny, you guys. So fucking funny.
I have to go
So you
check that
guys check it
out.
out. You should go watch the show the last season and then check out his recaps afterwards because they were so accurate, so good. Oh yes, Buster, because he's so fucking good. I love him so much. So
Well,
anyway, so I'm gonna go feed this one and
mm-hmm.
then start dinner for myself and my son because I cook while I'm listening to trivia because I cannot participate because it makes me so frustrated that I can never get my questions in
Well,
time
listen,
or my
I'm a
answers
fast
in.
typer and you know all the answers. Let's play together. I
Yeah, well,
actually probably know all the answers. I'm just not a good speller of some of the
oh
names. Some
yeah.
of them I'm good, but
Oh,
some of
it's
them
gonna
I
be
forget.
hard.
So,
It's gonna be hard.
yeah, I can't wait.
I
I've
guarantee you.
decided to take the Melissa Jade challenge. So, and I know
Yeah,
Boston's really good at all the trivia, and there's somebody else too. Watch out, ladies.
Heather
There's a new
Heather
sheriff in
Dizzle,
town.
Molson
Heather
Man, and that
Dizzle.
Scotty guy.
Mm-hmm.
That Scotty guy was really good. But I do want to say, I saw Melissa Jade earlier say Star Wars trivia. Just say it, Jen. You and I should go to Star Wars trivia with Melissa. I would have so
We
many trick questions in
could.
there. Like I would
Me
put
too.
trick questions in there
I'm
because then,
cruel.
yeah,
It's
me too.
funner that way.
Yeah,
A little cruelty is good.
yeah.
Good
Or you
spirited
just really
cruelty.
weed out the real true Star Wars fans with the trick questions.
Correct. That's what I feel. Like good
I have one
spirited
in mind.
cruelty, not crush your soul's cruelty. I mean, I can if you want me to crush your soul, but I charge extra for that.
Amber, I'm going to require you to watch all of the Star Wars plus The Mandalorian.
Oh, I haven't watched The Mandalorian.
You go watch The Mandalorian, Jen. You
I
have
know
to.
everybody keeps telling me to do it, and
No,
I
you
keep saying I'm
have to.
gonna
It's
do it.
so good.
Are you
And there's
sure?
something that
I'm gonna
happens.
trust you since you're such a fan because sometimes people aren't
Yes.
fans and they be recommending stuff for and I'm like, what are you talking about? This is
No, it's so good.
trash.
And
But I trust you.
the second season, there's something happens in the second season that you're going to be like, "What?" And it's pretty cool.
Okay. All right. Well, then
Yeah.
I definitely will watch. And then we should absolutely do Star Wars trivia. I'm totally down for that. But
Yeah,
like I said,
would
I
love to
can
go
crush
Star
your
Wars
soul.
trivia. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so much fun. And I've thank you for having
I mean, if
me and
Melissa
letting
would
me tell
have
my
us.
story. How
If
could she
Melissa would
not
have
at
us.
this point?
I know.
I'm the worst and you're the best. Obviously, hello. We have to be there.
Yeah, there you
It has
go.
to happen. It's in the
There you go.
stars. It's kismet.
It
But
is.
anyway, thank you so much for having me. And you
Yes.
go
Thanks for
take
coming up
care
and
of your
telling your story.
baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And if I get any blowback from this or whatever, you guys just have my back a little bit. Just
Oh,
remember,
I'll have your back.
I
It's just
tried.
ridiculous. People should be able to come tell their truth and the truth, and not get,
Mhm.
oh my God, Lala says she'll go live when she gets 500 subs, but she's a liar. I bet you.
No, we
she
have
won't
it in
even go
writing.
live then.
We have it. This is like a
Somebody
contract, right?
screenshot.
She wrote it out.
Somebody
Screenshot this.
screenshot that.
Mm-hmm. Hold her to it.
Screenshot what Lala just said.
Yep. Yep.
I just did. Okay,
So
guys.
did
So
I.
I'm gonna go. Hopefully, I will see you in trivia. I just probably
Mm-hmm.
won't be answering. I will be answering out loud in my kitchen while I cook dinner. So
Hollering out the answers. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for having me. Thanks to everybody in chat for listening and being kind.
Thank you for
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. See you guys over in Melissa Trivia in 20 minutes. Be there. Be square.